Hello everyone, my name's Cam. Welcome back to more Metaphor ReFantazio. Last time we finally got our fourth party member in the form of Heisme. We're looking for we also figured out who was actually finally kidnapping the children, which was Morris, and potentially the queen of the place, of the town, but we don't know much about that. Currently, we're making our way through the dungeon to figure out the truth of what's going on, as well as trying to avoid this giant monster that's been crawling around here that... All I know is it looks like a baby because it has a pacifier, so it's probably human. Anyways, I should probably show what I've done in the meantime. So first off, as you can see, I've definitely farmed for plenty of money and experience and all that. So I have 100,000 Reeve. Next up, party. As you can see, everyone's got max all their MP back. Yes, that does mean that I took the time to use the mage class to get everybody's MP maxed out by just killing enemies in the overworld. It took a while, but I did it. Hey, I like that that's even an option. Other thing though is that I have been farming for the experience and stuff. So let's see. Things of note include, so what kind of archetypes do you have? I have Gunner. I did get Merchant level 15, so we can go see more about that. We got Brawler, Thief. I did get Thief for this because I think I'm gonna want to get Thief on everybody, because a skill that I think might be helpful in the future is potentially getting Plunder Magic. Drains MP from one enemy to restore your own. Going by how Heisme has it, that move only costs 1 MP. So even if it's not a lot, it doesn't restore a whole lot of MP, but it still doesn't change the fact that it's 1 MP to restore any amount of MP, potentially. I think that would be invaluable for the future, so probably going to want to get that on everybody so that it'll make going through dungeons and everything a lot easier. Here. I'm also having the Faker on Heisme right now, because I feel like having I want to get these skills on Heisme, because considering, I don't know, I can't think of what I would really want Heisme to do, but I think at the very least, maybe having Tarunda or something like that would be pretty helpful. What else? Swordmaster. The Gunner's almost maxed out on Stroll. Gunner's really powerful. And then, I mean, Magic Knight's leveled up quite a bit. Got a bunch of stuff I can use for it. Okay, I think that about covers like the main points of intrigue. Let me just make sure everybody's got... You know what we'll do right now is we're going to just use a hero fruit on Heisme and just do this. I think just having Tarunda is going to be good enough for this dungeon, and for now. I'll probably want to level up his other classes later. But I think for now, I just want him to at least have Tarunda, because I think having something like Tarunda will be helpful for dealing with the bot, like, enemies and stuff. Because at the very least, it makes it easier for me to live. So let's put you back on the Thief for now. Let's give you Tarunda. Yep. Yeah, that should hopefully help quite a bit. Is there anything else of intrigue? Oh yeah, I can give stuff to the Magic Seeker, which is what I'm using right now. Let's see. It has Cyclo Tarukaja. What is it weak to? Fire. We do have Fire Dodge. I'll give it that. I kind of want to give it Patra. Yeah, we'll give it Patra. Cyclo and Tarukaja. Skullcracker and Battlecry. Yeah, I'm happy with that, I think. And then for you, Medi, and we have a lot more moves we can work with than I had before. The only thing is, maybe I should consider getting rid of Medi, because I have Mediline. Because that's all for allies in a row. The only problem is if that's in a row, it's not just everybody, period. I don't really like that, but we'll keep it as it is for now. If I need to change, we can change. I at least have the ability to make changes if I need be.
You can trust in me.
Leave it to me.
Leave it to me.
Let me just make sure everybody's leveled up. Should probably also give you something different. I want to see what Mage Devotion is, because I still don't know. I'm an idiot. It literally says what it is. Enables a multi-target recovery skill, Mage Devotion. You know, maybe if I looked at what it said before, I would not have all the confusion that I have. Let's see. Let's give you Prowler's Pipe. Why not? I have medium MP recovery every turn. Prevents poison and medium HP recovery. Okay. Let's make a record. And then, sorry if that took a while to go through everything, but I just want to make sure I was thorough with what what's changed in the group. Now, first, let's go to Academia, and let's turn in more side quest.
Fascinating.
So, you've a new archetype, have you? I expected nothing less. Please, do not hesitate to inform me when you wish to study it. I should also go ahead... Hang on a second. Sorry, I was pulling up something. What in-game day is it?
What now?
7 to 6. Okay. I also need to grab that. I got it. Okay, got it. I was grabbing a charger. So, first off, let's go read up on the thief, because I don't think we've actually read up on the thief since getting it. Hey, wait, I was right about what I said earlier then. I said that the next main party member would be the thief, because the last main party member we got was Hulkenberg, and it was the nut, and they're the knight, and it's been we've been unlocking these classes on the left side in order. We started with the Seeker, then we got well, the mage and the knight and the warrior are the only outliers, but we did get Hulkenberg's knight and then Heisman's thief. So this looks like a research document about the thief archetype. In times of yore, there lived heroes who shook the foundation of the society through chivalrous thievery. Their souls together form the power of the thief. Among them, the adept who steals one's very destiny I dubbed the assassin, and the elite who lives and dies in shadow I dubbed the ninja. The thief archetype manipulates the power of darkness to steal not just treasure, but the very life force of its foes as well. However, its power is unconventional and works poorly against multitudes. To break the rules is to be punished by those rules. Let no thief forget this truth.
Yep.
So this archetype uses dark attacks and can steal items from the enemies, but it focuses on single targets, so it's not great against large groups. So it's a very good against single targets. That'll be probably a really good thing to use against bosses and stuff like that then. So if we're going by... If I'm correct on my theory that this row of archetypes is in the like going in order of characters we unlock, the next story archetype character we might unlock will probably be the masked dancer. Actually, this actually makes sense with what I was thinking, because hang on. I made the assumption earlier that there would probably be 3 more party members, because there would be at the table in the Gauntlet Runner, there are 3 empty seats. And I said that there's probably going to be 3 more party members then. And this actually would support my theory on that, because there's 3 classes left on this side. So that would mean the other main party members we get would probably be the Masked Dancer, the Summoner, and the Berserker. Assuming my assumption's correct. That being said, that also leaves the fact that we've got 2 classes over here remaining, which is the Commander and this one. hang on. I'm trying to, like, get close up to my screen to see what that symbol is up there. If I had to take a guess... If I had to take a guess at what that looks like... I'd say it looks like a crown. It looks like a crown to me. So, maybe some kind of king archetype? Could probably be, like, the most powerful archetype, potentially, but we'll see.
Would you look at
I see you've cultivated the merchant. Another task done. At this rate, you'll be able to stand against Luis, nemesis to our ideals.
Incredible.
Strengthen the merchant.
All right.
More imagination.
Not only that.
Thanks to you, I've recalled an important memory. It concerns the fantasy novel. Oh, I want to hear this. Tell us, what do you remember? I was once on a journey myself, like you. I passed through many different cities in the course of my travels. As I journeyed, I wrote of my experiences, and this travelogue became the foundation of my fantasy novel. Is that so?
Yes.
That fantasy novel is all the hopes and dreams of my travels made manifest. I've also learned and endured painful truths. They've served to remind me just how important dreams are to our lives. Even that novel has been a source of support for you. The pain of writing it was worth it. It means it's meant a lot.
Right.
It's helped me through a lot.
Thank you.
I am most glad to hear it. In truth, this is the first time I've met a reader of my work. Still, how nostalgic. I'd completely forgotten about my travels. I wonder if those I met in the outside world then are all faring well. I hope one day I may live beneath the same sky as them once more.
But
I shudder to think of the eternal solitude you saved me from. That I can feel like a semblance of myself again is all thanks to you. At first, my reasons were purely selfish, but now I'd like to be of help to you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I can sense more thoughtfulness and trust from the warm look in his eyes. Increase in the Seeker Urban.
may fortune
Ability
favor
forecast.
your
Allows you to preview all abilities for followers from the main menu. Ooh. Nice. I want to actually go ahead and abuse that, because that'll be a nice little teaser. Truly, you seem like a subject worthy of research yourself, eh? Now then, let us widen our scope for the next research task as by expanding your studies to a larger variety of archetypes. Seek more heroic embodiments and absorb their lessons. In doing so, your own virtues will become ever more prominent.
This one's important.
Nurtures the strength. I'll need to challenge Luis the Archmage. We should say 15 different archetypes. Okay.
I can hardly
I wonder what I'll remember next. My research isn't the only thing I look forward to now. My memory itself is a prize to be unveiled.
Hello.
Hello. How many archetypes have I currently learned? I don't know if these count as extra. I have to assume that like leveled, like evolved archetypes, I assume count. So if that's the case, and that includes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and if we count the ones I haven't learned yet, 9, 10, and 11? We've actually got a good quantity right now, actually. Not bad. Yay. Yay.
Oh.
Do you wish to leave? Alright. Now, after all of that, let's save the game one more time and finally, I apologize this took so long, but let's finally get into actual gameplay once more.
Let's go.
Let's move out. Again, I've got all my MP restored. I think everybody's set up in terms of how I want their loadouts to be. Let me just heal up Will one more time. Another thing that I actually found very helpful, that if I had to recommend to other people playing this game, if you want to heal, don't do what I just did. I only did it because I was impatient. But what you should do is get a class like, use instead an archetype like, Gunner, because Gunner has comeback victory, recovers HP each time an enemy is stunned or defeated in the overworld combat. And here's the thing. This is not like the mages where it's just like a single MP is recovered per enemy defeated. No, this is like a good chunk of of health restored. I'm talking like you kill like 5 enemies and your entire party will be at max health again. In the overworld, I'm saying. Like you kill 5 enemies in the overworld with this and your entire party is max healed already. This is very, very good. And if I remember correctly, I think the healer has the same thing. They have the recovers HP each time a support or attack lands in the overworld combat. I don't know if that's equal, but I do know that the gunner is very good at getting your HP back without having to use any like MP or anything like that. So I would highly recommend other people to check that out as well if they need to actually heal up.
Avoid this fight. Stand ready.
I'm not going to get rid of those guys just yet because I might need them. We gotta run here, don't we? It's back. The human.
I'm sensing it. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Well, it seems that bad feeling of yours was spot on.
Really?
It's right there.
Don't tell me.
Here, easy prey here. Run before we eaten.
Run! Over here!
Move, move, move! Move, move, move!
Looks like they gave up. What?
Go, go, go!
Look, to the left. Let's use it to escape.
So we get away.
I thought we were goners. Heading up is the way to safety, right?
I like escape indeed. We're fortunate there was a lift. We should be making our way to the castle, into the castle proper now.
Horse has to be somewhere ahead. He's got to pay for making us go through that.
Hey,
We've gone quite a ways up. Do you think we're inside the castle yet?
No.
It feels different than the part the castle barn took us to. More like a secret underground passage.
It likely is. It makes sense that Morris would run this way.
let's do it.
Morris couldn't have gone far. Let's look for him.
However,
This is all something is afoot in this castle. I wonder if we're close to the end of this dungeon. The guide I have mentions that this dungeon's technically not as long as the last one, so... And I will say, the last one was very long, so... I just want to know, what kind of human is it that's been chasing us this whole time? It looks like a baby. It sounds like one, too. All I can see of it are the eyes and what looks like some sort of golden pacifier.
Let's go.
But for some reason, we've still been unable to look at it. And it's probably that thing that's been doing all the kidnapping along with the soldiers. Are we about to actually fight it? Hang on. Probably not, but...
Next time for sure.
Give it up, Morse. There's no one left to...
Wait.
Halt. So you were with her all along, were you? There she is. Planning to take her hostage. You care. You would dare threaten your liege lady.
Wow.
But people who have made this far, you really are rather dull. Hopeless.
enough.
Why are you scheming out, you knave? Crap.
Don't tell me.
Hey, was that the monster? You're long past due for being eaten. I'd lure you here to see it done. And on that note, dinner is nearly served. What? What? What the? Why am I falling too? Why are you falling too?
Hey,
Up. Hey. I said wake up.
Ah, crap.
think we'll make it?
Finally, are you okay? We got thrown into cells while we were out. I managed to get State hidden inside your bag.
You. Bastard.
You know? Oh my God, you. Do you know who I am? I'm a bloody captain of a state, of Grand Tread's bloody army. And this tawdry guard corps locked me up like some criminal. I've never been so mistreated.
Was that?
Voice. Isn't that Captain Klinger? The one who fled from the mines? Why would he be here?
Wow.
If you're so important to the Royal Army, would you really been here alone? Not that it matters. It's nearly supper time. No, please, I won't even take it.
No.
No, I don't want to believe it. That had been Captain Klinger's voice. They used him to feed the monster. Since Seth returning to Grand Trad, he came to Martira, only to get caught by Morris. Terrible. Oh, finally awake, eh? Got your friends in cages as well. It's almost feeding time for the beasts. And you, my friends, are the next course. This is what happens when you stick your noses where they didn't belong. But unfortunately, the time has come. There's a limit to how much bait we can procure. By the time the guard call comes around, I'll be long gone from this backwater hovel. You lot stay healthy now, you hear?
Don't let them get
Morris
away.
must think he can get out of the city. We gotta find him before he does. If we don't have time to be stuck in a cell, that's for sure. Look, there's a contraption here that probably opens the cell. Sit tight. Gallica's to the rescue. You got this, Gallica! Yeah!
Really?
Wait, why did it open both cells?
Watch out.
Careful, we got incoming. Thankfully, they're weak. Alright, we gotta find the others.
Amazing.
I think we managed to fend them off for the time being. What's everyone else doing?
Oh, boys, is that you, Gallica? Are you nearby?
It's me.
That?
It's me. His voice is coming from past this gate. Hold on a second.
Yes! Galka, you were awesome. Let's go.
It's me.
Oh, you two all right?
It's me.
A successful jailbreak, I see. We've all been in yet again.
Looks like everyone was locked in different cells. We gotta get them out quick.
Hold on a moment. That contraption seems to open a cell next to it as well.
Right, but there's no other way around it.
It seems each cell contains a different variety of monsters. You consider the order you open the cells in. Please. Let's check in with the others as well. We leave our escape in your capable hands.
So,
Oh, screw it. Just open the damn thing.
got it.
It's me. Get out of here.
Come here, Iceman! Let's go!
Get ready.
Fear not.
Fear not. My blade is yours.
Impressive. Training has paid off.
Trust me, I've gotten plenty of experience fighting those guys.
It's over. Thank you for getting me out of there. I owe you.
What are you talking about? We're allies. Of course we'd help you.
My thanks.
I see. You have my thanks.
Yeah.
We saved the best for I can insta-kill
What
those.
do you think?
Hulkenberg.
Got it.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Hulkenberg.
Get out of there. Go!
Okay.
Watch out. It's over. You give them an opening. Not on my watch. Let's make quick work of this.
Easy.
Our foes have fallen. We are safe.
What is that one?
I'm in your debt again. Apologies for putting you through the trouble.
No problem.
Right back at you. The most important thing is that you're okay. You're ever reliable.
Yeah.
What is the last one? It's some sort of chimera. We should probably check these chests then first. Do-do-do.
Nice.
Antumbra Igniter. Mage Darkness. Ooh. That could be very handy, actually. Having a darkness skill, aside from Mudo, could be really handy on anybody.
Take it.
Maglapil.
Always toss it later.
If it's useful, I say
Ambrosia.
grab it.
Of course, Stroll's gonna be the one that has the strongest monster
Take
protecting
it and
him.
move on.
Sapperpin, it prevents burn. Very nice. You would dare put my mans behind the strongest enemy?
Something.
How dare you?
What do you think?
Get out of here, Stroll. Let's kill it. No beastie's gonna make a fool out of you. Some freaking chimera.
out.
Cammy's gonna pack a punch. Be careful.
Incoming.
I'm with you. Let's get this done.
No choice.
Just jump into it.
Stay sharp. Strike.
The Kamenza.
Guess we better stay on our toes.
Let's do it to Runda first, just in case. Tetrabake. Fireblade Rider. Heat Riser. Hearthstone. Wait, Heat Riser! It just now occurs to me what you just said. Heat Riser. Raises all stats for one ally for 3 turns. Fireblade Rider deals extreme physical fire damage to one enemy, and Horse-Drawn Carnage, extreme physical strike damage to one enemy. Let's put to the rear. Let's try wind. Wind to win. We are already in go. Skullcracker!
Right on target.
Oh, you are screwed, gamer.
Proclamation.
Waiting.
Hidden arm.
Phantom Tracer.
We'll team up.
Together!
My heart and soul are one.
Together.
Critical hit.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Magic Seeker.
Beautiful.
Wind.
Takunda. You. Oh, wait.
No holding back.
Skullcracker!
And that's that. Victory's ours.
Beastfang Katana.
To ever greater heights.
I think that's all of them.
You're a lifesaver.
We made it. Sorry about all that. Thanks for the help.
Okay?
You're welcome. I'm glad you're safe. Being eaten alive is not high on my list of ways to go, so I do appreciate it.
Got it.
All present and accounted for? Looks like it. Let's hurry after Morris then. He's probably trying to skip town as we speak.
What?
Impudent bastard. There's another thing coming.
Hurry.
Let us find a way back up. Morris will not wait long.
Do wonder how Joanne's involved.
This looks valuable.
Ooh, wait. Sleepy-eyed katana. Even a tiny cut from this blade puts victims into a dreamless slumber. Normal attacks inflict sleep. That could be very invaluable.
What now?
You can trust in me.
Leave it to me.
Sleepy-eyed katana. Restores 50% HP to one ally. What does Ambrosia do? 50% HP to all allies. Let's go ahead and just do this. I know I said don't do this, but I don't know where any other monsters are, so I don't want to waste time looking for monsters.
Let's
Revival medicine.
This trail of blood is still fresh. This was the cell that Klinger was locked up in.
I see.
Klinger. I didn't think it was possible, but I guess it really was his voice I heard. Morris ended up using him as bait. That means that monster was here and... I never excuse someone like him, but for it to end like this...
Well, let's just make sure that that monster doesn't get a single other or soul to eat.
Let's hurry.
We'll capture Morris, whatever it takes. Oh, Morris, where are you?
Wow, good find.
Ambrosia? I'll gladly accept more of that.
If it's useful,
Miraculous
I say
medicine.
grab it.
Ah, hey, we're here now. Let's go ahead. There was a save point back here, so let's reuse that. I do wonder if we're really close to the end of the dungeon, considering that was where we've already returned back here. Again, I have to assume we're close to the end already. I could be wrong, but I would have to assume.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right. Where are you?
This place.
What's in here? What the hell?
These are...
What is that? Oh. Did she go insane?
Therefore a child.
Did she once have a kid?
I thought Joanna was childless. At least right now. Didn't Burden say something about that?
Did she end up going insane after losing her child or something? Is she... Does she think that the monster... It's a baby. Does she think that the human monster that's been chasing us this whole time is her baby? Is that why she's doing this?
A strange thing to find locked away, isn't it?
It would add up that maybe she thinks of it as her baby.
This portrait, 'tis most odd as well. 'Tis common for the noblesse to have a portrait painted in celebration of their child's birth. But this one depicts neither her husband nor child.
You know, you're right. Haven't really seen many portraits of a pregnant wife alone.
So why is it like this? Oh, there's a book.
Hey, look.
What's it say?
A diary. Looks like it belonged to the nurse who raised Joanna's son.
So she did have a kid.
I see. Apparently, Joanna was unmarried, never formally bound in marriage to the father of her child.
Oh.
So 'twas a love child? An illicit affair?
Apparently so. At least here in Martira. The father was a foreigner of another tribe. Their marriage would never have been accepted. The traditionalists always say mixed blood children are abominations. Terrible omens. And superstitions like that tend to carry a lot more weight in the countryside.
Damn.
Joanna brushed it off. Said it was ridiculous and irrational. She was about to announce the child's birth. And then tragedy struck. The old woman. The nanny they'd hired. She killed the boy in his crib.
Jesus.
What?
She had her own child assassinated?
Seems like this was around the time the human sightings were becoming more widespread.
Twould be easy to ascribe the birth as the ill-fated omen. But to justify murdering a child?
Joanna's family was overjoyed. The deed kept the abomination out of the public eye. They never even investigated her crime.
Jesus. I mean, I can understand why she's going insane then, but at the same time, you're involving other innocent children in this at this point now.
And Joanna's love. The father was banished from the city. The nurse's diary concludes, "O God, please forgive me for my sin most wicked."
Let's move on. This is looking worse by the minute.
Yeah, it is. The picture's starting to become a bit clearer here, and I'm not really liking what I'm seeing. It looks like a portrait of Joanna when she was pregnant. It's been torn to shreds.
However,
This portrait's in a sorry condition. An expectant mother should be a heartwarming sight, and yet
It can't be.
This tearing looks unnatural. We should do it ourselves. Or perhaps...
it's a diary. It seems to be about raising a child.
Let's
Day
see.
53. The child is growing up healthy. He's eating a lot of food today too. What a big eater, finishing his food in one bite. Oh, my darling's the most precious baby in the world, or so it says.
Hey.
She does think of it as her child. She's gone insane over what happened, and now she sees this human
That
as
should
her
come in handy.
child.
Pocket it.
And she's willing to do whatever it takes to take care of her child. There's an unofficial letter here. Looks like it was addressed to someone.
this is...
My child has returned. God has answered my prayers. It says the child surely must be a gift from God himself. I will no longer be alone.
God. A broken cradle. With something heavy placed inside.
Look.
This break looks a bit unnatural, don't you think? Like something other than a baby was put here. I think it's time.
I don't like this.
You can sense that monster up ahead. Let's go back and save so we don't have to relook at all this dialogue again. If we do fail and have to redo everything. But it seems like we actually are at the end of the dungeon like I was expecting. Which is actually kind of a good thing for me because that means the amount of MP that I have is probably going to be enough to get through it then. I won't have to do any more mage killing infinite enemies anymore to farm. You know what? I'm going to do something weird. We're going to first save this here. And we're going to make a second save. Bear with me. we're going to make a second save right here. There's a reason why I want that save right there, because there's one more thing I want to do, but I want to have a backup save that I can revert back to just in case. What I want to do is travel elsewhere. Let's go back to those enemies that I was to the place where I was farming the enemies, those crystals, and let's kill those crystals now. I'm not, if we're at the end of the dungeon, I'm not going to need these anymore. Because these can give items too. That's why I want to get rid of them.
Good job, everyone.
There we go. I just want to do that so I can get the little items off them, because it may just be Hero's Fruit, but Hero's Fruit's still helpful, so. From here, let's travel back to the underground passage. Go back in, and let's save over top the second save that I made. Again, I just want to do that in case...
Hey.
I just want to do that in case I need to go back and heal up. I have a save where... One save I can go back to if I just need to change equipment and stuff. But the other save is if things are truly dire and I need to actually farm for more experience. I don't play it for every occasion, you know?
Let's go.
Alright, let's get this show on the road. I think it's about time to fight the boss here. So, let's see what the true identity of this monster looks like. Let's see what the awful truth here looks like. Here we go.
Ready?
Gonna open the door.
Yes.
Let's end this here. It's time to close this case. Let's do it. You.
What? Here already?
Is that a baby?
No. Not a normal one.
Nope, not a baby.
Are you hungry? Oh, so fussy today.
She's gone insane. Jesus.
This monster. Is it a human?
Oh.
This is the child you hold so dear? So, all the victims you kidnapped?
Fed to this thing.
Oh, my darling has a hearty appetite. I had Morris deliver us food.
You've lost the plot.
Were you able to secure a meal?
Well,
Oh, useless! You have failed to eliminate the bounty hunters, and now you've led Heisme himself here. But no matter. You look tender enough for my darling's liking.
Uh-oh. Oh! 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 Oh!
This is your child. It just devoured a man. All I see is a mindless monster.
Uh-oh.
And a monster is what I see when I look upon the world. People are beasts of fear and superstition, murderers without remorse. I have done nothing they've not done to me. Abominations. They are the unnatural. They deserve to die. They should all be so glad to nourish my child. My dear, sweet child. A mother's love should nurture, but this is beyond the pale.
Jesus.
And you? Do you not condemn her? She kidnapped children, murdered them in cold blood, and would see you blamed for it.
in truth, I know this woman's pain all too well.
Losing a child.
In the name of her child, she was willing to turn against the entire world. Behind her atrocities I see the devotion of a bereaved parent. You found yourself unjustly in a terrible darkness, and I struggle to blame you.
Yeah.
Burying your own child is unbearable. Grief and madness fill the gaps where love had been.
But still, it doesn't make this right.
But my eyes were opened. These people helped me see. The only way to beat the darkness is to confront it. Step by meager step. You must walk back to our reality. Look upon that, and see true that it is not the child you once loved.
You need to wake up, Joanne.
Be silent!
Please.
You know nothing of it. Your sermons better suit a preacher, but that is not your place here. You are here to be eaten!
Good. Show me your hate. Pour out your darkness.
Let it all out.
We'll fight, but not in justice's name. Grief is its own death, so we will show you life.
Darling, are you still hungry? Mother wants you to play with your food!
Oh. Here we go. Human.
Oh, my darling, it's time for supper.
Jesus Christ. It's horrifying.
All the people had disappeared. This must have been the last thing they ever saw.
We break this tragic curse here and now. It's the only way we might mourn them. Let us finish this, Captain. We'll put an end to this horror, whatever the cost.
Let's get peace to the people. Homo Jaluzo. All right, here we go. Homo Jaluzo.
Face me.
Let's start with the Tarunda. Just weaken its stats.
I'll get some distance. Magic Seeker!
I'm not exactly sure what to expect here. Let's try Win. Win does decent damage here. Oh, but physical.
Magic Knight!
Knight's Proclamation. Stare. Huh? What? What does that do?
She's gonna have a tough time hitting her marks.
Okay, so that's dazed. So judging by what she said, it sounds like dazed lowers accuracy. I can work around that actually. I don't have to cure it. I can just have I can just have Hulkenberg then focus on defending then. Assess other ailments. Mudo.
Let's go. Maybe not. Let's set it up.
The party member's ailment.
I think I can take it.
Whoops.
I shall... Swordmaster! Are you prepared? Take that!
Right on target.
Critical.
Nice one, Stroll.
What?
Magic Knight!
Healing up.
I owe you.
Wow, that kills a lot.
Be not thief.
Might as well try and steal what I can. Yoink. He's holding no items. Stare.
Think?
Eager bite. So far, it's mostly just been trying to inflict people with daze so we can't hit it.
Magic Seeker!
But I also can do this. I have Patras, so we should be
Now I
fine.
shall vanquish evil.
Let's do a battle cry.
For all that we strive for!
Do a Rakukaja on Hulkenberg as well.
You thief. I have my
Lower its attack more. Focused aim. Observe the whole battlefield. Gathering power. Something's happening. Something approaching. Everybody, back up
Moving to the rear.
and
Let's
heal
see how this
and
plays
protect.
To the rear guard.
Everybody to the back.
I stand ready.
It's yourself! Jumping playtime. Whew. Not a lot of damage there.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah, we're fine.
That thing's been staring at us for a while now. It's so creepy. Wait, staring at us? That's it! The eyes!
Aim for the eyes.
I bet if you go for those huge eyes, it'll have a hard time hitting us.
You want to lower our
I
accuracy?
can't afford to feel sorry for it right now. Wait for an opening and try blinding it. If we hit its eyes,
You want to try making me lose my accuracy? I can just do the same to you then.
Scour.
Let's take those eyes out, shall we?
In the net to the fore. Sword master. Hack and slash.
Round slash. It resists, but it still hurts quite a bit. I think it's worth it to go with. Still do it.
I'll run you.
I'll poke those eyes out.
got them right in their weak
Now
spot.
accept your fate. I must stay calm. How about this?
Karuda.
By this power. Magic Seeker. Wind.
Left eye.
A tough one.
Deafening din. Everyone's defense fell.
Stroll, they've sapped your defenses.
Sword master.
Yeah.
Are you prepared? Let me rethink this. Withdrawing. I shall vanquish evil.
This will deal less damage, but I want everyone in the back row right now.
I'll cut you down.
Round slash.
Right on target.
Crit.
Nice one, Stroll.
Perfect.
Behold, we stand together. With blade in hand.
I didn't even get away with poking out one of its eyes.
As the point of a sword.
Dang it.
Onward.
It's not
There goes one of its eyes.
like this.
I'll use what I must. No. All power of kings. Mustn't settle for the easy way.
Let's use, rather than just healing that way, how about we just let's just use some fairy dust, I think.
'Tis best you.
That'll be enough to heal up what we've got here.
I'm obliged.
Helpful as ever.
I just want to stay as topped up as I can.
Got your defenses down.
We're fine.
Scour.
Cyclo.
Sword master. Time to go offensive. I call
Back up front.
royal power within.
Defenses.
You'll be done.
Skullcracker!
Allies together.
We'll
Let's take out that eye. Leap thrust!
Behold my power.
Charge! All right, eyes are out.
Come on. This is our
Face
chance.
me.
I'm just gonna yoink some of this. Eager bite. Still has some pretty damn good accuracy for having no eyes.
Finesse. Beautiful dodge, Heisme. Heisme, they've dropped
By
your
this power.
defenses.
Wind.
Win. Battle cry.
Captain, you've got your defenses
This won't do.
down.
Magic Knight. I will not let you
Zimeti.
die. Thanks.
My thanks.
I owe you.
Advancing to the rear. How about
Keep the
this?
lower. Eyes closed.
This is
The damage comes from all angles.
know who it's targeting.
All right, thankfully it ran out of time to do it.
Moving to the rear. Guarding seems the wise move.
Prepare.
I shall defend.
It looks even worse when its eyes are blood red, you know? Tackle.
Charging in.
Keep back.
Magic Seeker. Lend me your strength. Hold nothing back.
Fire Blade Rider!
Let's do this.
I shall Swordmaster! I'll crush you!
Crack it.
Right on target. Nice one, Scroll.
Sworn oath. Oh, power of heroes!
No.
With blade in hand!
Let's see.
I'll run you
Heavy rush.
I'll use what I must.
Keep that attack down. Getting Tarundo was probably the best idea I could have had. Oops. I had a feeling it was only a matter of time before those came back, but still. We can still work with this.
No.
Let's wait to use something with Hulkenberg.
Come forth, royal soul. Scour.
Cyclo.
In the Swordmaster!
No synthesis
I
available.
shall vanquish evil.
Got him up.
Right on target.
Critical.
Nice one, Stroll. Let us
Just what I needed.
as one.
Alright!
Leap thrust.
Hulkenberg got them right in their
You
weak
think
spot.
yourself equal to a Ujief's agility? Eek.
Let's use Mudo.
Darker arts. Apologies. Would you finish it?
Win.
With pleasure.
All right.
There goes another eye.
Swordmaster!
Let's go for the left eye. Stare. Didn't hit.
Oh, power of heroes. Pierce through
Heavy
them.
rush.
Hulkenberg got them right
Be
in their weak
night
spot.
all power of kings.
Keep it lowered.
This.
I'm assuming that whenever it starts flashing, that means it's about to disappear. So I'm trying to just keep it as always lower down whenever I can. Left eye.
In the name of... Are you prepared?
Hulkenberg's next. She can heal. Actually, no. Don't do that.
No point
Heal with
wasting this.
it yourself.
Could do with
Stroll.
this.
Perfect.
Magic Knight. I'll run you.
Heavy rush.
Let us click. I'll use what I must. Rancor.
Mudo.
We've destroyed it.
Both eyes are out again.
To the rest.
This is our chance.
Eyes closed.
We don't know where
Rampage
it's
comes from all angles.
Watch out.
It might be worth it to just actually go, to actually just bear it.
Magic Seeker.
Just go for the, just attack it.
Magic Seeker.
It's lowered, its attack is lowered as much as it can, and there's a good chance it could potentially miss anyways. I'm gonna bear the brunt of it.
Wind.
Cyclo. We're going for all attack right now.
No holding back! You'll be dust!
Skullcracker.
Observe. Let justice prevail. Now, comrades, lend me your strength.
We can lower their defense with this. Tackle.
Plunder.
Yeah, that's fine. Ah, that's not fine. That's not fine.
I see okay.
Ah, that's fine though.
Beautiful dodge, Heisman.
Eek.
Lower the
I
attack.
have my methods.
Just keep up the pattern.
Swordmaster! I'll crush you!
Skullcracker.
With blade in hand.
No.
Let us fight as one.
Let's see here.
Come. As the point of a sword.
Irogen. Starting to run low.
All power of kings. Some darker arts.
Let's go. Wind.
Right eye.
Swordmaster! I'll cut you down!
Cut him up.
Not done yet.
Magic Knight. Pierce through them.
Hulkenberg got them right in their weak spot.
I'm not going to be able to get rid of its eyes.
Rest.
Go ahead and just heal up Stroll then.
This should work.
Helpful as ever.
Thank you. Defense return to normal. Ah. It's losing steam.
Scour. Still up.
Swordmaster!
Cut him up.
They die hard!
Magic Knight. I'll run you through.
Pierce.
All right, fix that.
I'll use what I must.
Use Tarunda.
How about this?
I'm a bit worried. We're running out of MP.
Wind.
Focused aim. It's being stared at. What's it doing? How much like what you're planning here?
Royal power within! I'll cut you down!
Right on target.
Crit.
Nice one, Stroll.
Hulkenberg, just guard.
Now
It seems to be focusing on her anyways.
Rancor!
We'll just have to do what we can with everyone else.
Vitus power. Scour. Still here?
Swordmaster! You'll be done!
Come on!
Not done yet.
Alright, what are you doing? Soul Scream. Gain 4 turn icons! Brace yourself!
Please!
Ugh. Not much a fan of that.
I see you.
Hulkenberg got them right in their weak spot.
No.
Use Tarunda on Homo Jaluzo.
Magic Seeker.
Wind.
Still up.
Swordmaster!
Ground Slash.
Right on target. Nice one, Stroll. We won't know where we are. Come on.
Are you all right?
This is our chance.
Come on.
That helped.
Quite a move.
We're close.
My thanks.
Slash!
Dark Sword.
Formidable indeed.
Oh, my darling. Mama's here. Mama will always be here for you. Here. Take all the magic I
No! What are you doing?
Shield the demon, baby.
You're insane! Damn it!
Heisme, they've dropped your defenses.
Damn it! Damn it! It's not good. That kind of throws everything out of order. Of course you had to pull that out.
Magic Seeker. Better be
Not giving up yet though.
We'll do this together. Not this.
Just means I gotta figure out a way of going past this. Might have to just use something to heal up MP on everybody. But I'm not giving up yet.
Scour.
In the name, Swordmaster!
I've come too far to give up now.
Right on target. Nice one, Stroll.
I stand ready. With blade in hand. Not now. Behold, we stand together. No, not this. There.
Hulkenberg got them right in
I'll
their
use what I must.
Of course, it just had to heal everybody.
Must witness our secret technique.
I could do Mamudo. Do Mamudo.
It's up to you now.
Darkness. It's a good chunk of damage.
Magic Seeker.
Cut your defenses down.
Wind. Still here?
There.
Think?
Deafening Din.
Stroll's dazed. He won't land any attacks like this.
Fine. We can work around that then. Use the Great Fairy Dust.
This calls for one of these.
Thanks.
My thanks.
Thank you.
Captain, Captain!
Observe
You've
the
got
enemy.
your defenses down!
I see you!
Hulkenberg got them right in their
Now
weak spot.
accept your fate. There's a bet.
Keep that attack lower.
Magic Seeker!
They've dropped your defenses!
Is there an... I'm all prepared. Maybe there's a better... Let's go! Scour!
If I'm lucky.
Alright,
Yep.
it's not going anywhere like this.
Also use... I think now is the time we have to start using MP recoveries. I got all these items for a reason. Might as well use them.
This should work.
Hulkenberg,
I'm obliged.
focused aim. He's gonna do it again.
Focused on one person.
He's gonna get 4 turns again. Recover from daze. Perfect timing.
They've dropped your
Is there any
defenses.
chance I could probably take out the eye here? I don't know if that'll do anything, but it might break its focus.
Let us fight as one.
There's only one way to find out.
All right.
Leap thrust.
Hulkenberg got them right in their
I'll
weak
use
spot.
what I must.
Keep that defense lower just in case. Mudo. On the left eye.
Darker arts.
Captain,
Magic
they've
Seeker.
got your defenses
Cyclo.
A tough
Are
one.
you prepared?
Round slash.
down. Now we won't know where we are. Come on.
Alright, I don't know if that'll help, but
Oh,
it'll at least do
power of
something,
heroes.
hopefully.
Not now.
I think I need to give Stroll some extra... Yeah.
I owe you.
Alright, brace for impact!
A blunder.
It rise in pain from having both eyes crushed. Alright, gives us an extra turn. Keep the attack down.
Magic Seeker!
Let's see here. I think I can just go all out with some strong moves. I'm gonna wait to have, I'll have...
Better be sure.
At this rate, I am worried that I'm gonna run off MP. I got a bunch of these corrosive acid items from farming those slimes in that room, in the little drainage area before those crystals earlier. The crystals that kept spawning enemies. Yeah, use one of these.
This'll do it.
I call upon royal power within.
Skullcracker.
With blade in hand.
Heavy rush.
Point of a sword.
It didn't regenerate its other eye, though. That's strange, but I'm not gonna complain. I just don't know why it wouldn't regenerate its other eye. But you won't see me complaining.
Scour!
Swordmaster.
Round slash.
For all that we strive for.
Rush.
Hulkenberg got them right
You
in their
think
weak
yourself
spot.
equal to it? Oh, power of kings. Some darker
Mudo.
arts. Apologies. Would you finish it?
There goes the other eye. Take a bite. I swear to God, if she comes back and heals this thing again, it's gonna be ridiculous.
Wind!
Cyclo. Okay, there goes one eye.
Are you prepared? I'll cut you down.
Magic Knight!
No.
There!
Hulkenberg got them right
Be
in their weak
neither.
spot.
Tarunda.
How about this?
Everybody's lowering on an MP. I can't go on for much longer with this.
I wonder. Let's set it up!
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to make this work much longer.
Scour!
Defense return to normal. Focused aim.
I think that means it's focused on one person.
Gathering power. That's fine. Let's just do what we did last time.
Vanquish evil. Take that.
Skullcracker.
Let justice prevail.
Now's the time to throw everything we got.
Counting on you!
Falkenberg got them right in their weak spot.
On me, we go together. I'll use what I must.
Mudo.
Mandible bearing.
We'll do this together. No.
You can probably just take it out with a basic attack. Never mind.
Call upon royal power within!
Now we won't know where we are. Come on, this is our chance.
Tackle. Rise in pain. I'm really running low here.
Oh, power of heroes!
I will not let you die.
My thanks.
Quite a move.
I'm not gonna be able to make this work much longer
You think yourself?
because I'm really
I
getting
have
drained
my
here.
methods.
I won't hold back! Let's set it up!
Let's try this one.
Coordination is key!
Horse-strung carnage.
How's this?
Forward! At this point, it might not be worth it to go for the eyes. As painful as it's going to be, it might just be worth it to go straight for the main body, because I'm not going to be able to sustain this that much longer. The problem with that is that it can probably do a lot in terms of... I don't like this. Run out way quicker than I was hoping I would. But I have to go for the main body. There's no way I'm going to be able to sustain this much longer.
For all that we strive for!
Perhaps
Magic Knight!
this won't do.
Allies together!
I'm
At the very least, I can try this.
Got them right in their
Let
weak
us
spot.
clean. Then again,
I also got a bunch of attack items here, which I should probably try and make use of. I got plenty of fire fangs from doing all those
I was
killings.
saving this for medieval indeed.
Probably make use of them while I can.
I will fight with pride. Come forth, royal soul! Win!
They do good damage.
Where we are.
I can't afford to closing the
This is our
distance.
chance.
No holding back! You'll be tougher than I thought.
I regen.
With blade in hand!
No.
Let us fight as one!
This is gonna be the last I can do with special moves, but
All right, let's go!
Falkenberg got them right in their weak spot.
Perhaps this. How about this?
lower.
I won't hold back! Scout! Still up?
I shall fight as the noble. Withdrawing! Could do with this.
I got plenty of these fire fangs. I gotta use them.
We are. Come on, this is our chance.
I got all these things for a reason.
This should help. Still standing, I see.
Eyes closed.
Don't know where the attack will come from. Watch out.
That's fine.
Face me! No weakness our strength. Forward! Falling back! Allow me mandible bearing.
Consistent damage.
Let's go. Win!
Good.
Tough one.
To the fore! They die hard!
Almost through.
Let justice prevail. I'll
Come
run
on!
you through.
Here we go. With the last bit of MP too. Homo Jaluzo down. Jaluzo's baby clothes.
Not bad.
Holy crap. That was a fun fight though. I like that.
Not bad at all.
Down to the wire too. Give me more luck.
I shall ride.
I shall
I didn't know I had it
new
in me.
possibilities.
Diema,
New ability.
Lash Dodge. Alright. It's time to wake up. I can't keep doing this.
Not long ago, I too had a child. But I couldn't protect him. It was in a nearby village. Some paripus started a riot, and my son was caught in the middle of it. They beat him until he was barely recognizable.
Damn.
Even bloodied and battered, he clung to life. But his body was broken. He couldn't move. And not a single person came to his aid. He was a Ujif, and to them, that's all he was. But he was a helpless child, left to die in a pool of his own blood. By the time I finally got to him, it had been hours. It was too late.
I had no idea.
Haizme.
I couldn't abide it. Reality was too painful, and I ran until I was spending my nights and days in the sandworm's pit. Better to live in solitude than in the embers of hell. That was the real reason I lived in that den of beasts. I thought death would be a mercy.
Haizme.
And then these meddlers came along. They dragged me under the night sky I'd not seen in many seasons. And beneath those stars, it finally came to me. This is not the life my son would have wanted for me. That thought changed my whole perspective. His memory deserves love, not pain.
Live for the years they lost. You can't... You have to move on.
Look with your eyes and your heart. You can ignore it no longer. You loved your child, not this creature.
This is not your son.
And the child you loved is gone.
If I could have sacrificed my life instead, I swear I would have done it.
I'm sure any parent would think that.
I loved my son with all of my heart.
And what they did to your son was awful. Killing him simply because he was of mixed birth, of mixed heritage? I understand why you went insane. You wanted to get back at those that took from you, and yet, at the same time, the children that you kidnapped, it's not their fault.
I know. Nobody could ever deny you that. And now, the nightmare is over.
You can finally wake up from it. Let it out. Let it all out.
What do we do? Do we present this creature as evidence?
I don't know. Our testimony's likely not enough to prove this monster was behind the disappearances, and it'd be easily denounced as a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
Do you recall the promise I made when first we met? I pledged my political support if you were able to solve this matter.
Wait, are you still gonna uphold that?
I fear that after all this, it is a boon I can no longer provide. But if you need a head to present to the judges, perhaps it could be my own.
Out of the question. You'd have us kill you.
You'd have us cut off your head?
Out of the question.
If that is your decision, I will accept it. However, that seems unlikely to clear Haizme's name. Please take me to the exhibition of the brave. I will confess the truth before the masses. Surely the evidence will be undeniable when heard from my lips.
Are you sure about that?
Yet as a holy woman, 'twould be bold-faced ignominy to sanctifex Forden. You risk dire consequences, possibly even without trial.
Yeah.
I have but one request. Before I depart, I would ensure all my duties are passed to my successor.
Who would that be
I
then?
know I ask much of you, but would Barden and I be permitted to join you in Oceania later on?
Of course.
I will atone for my sins. For my son's sake, I must.
It seems you've at least woken up from your delusions.
What should we do? There's no guarantee she won't take this opportunity to escape.
I don't think she will.
But I see her point. The people here have suffered enough unrest. If she is to leave them, she must ensure they still have guidance. Else they'll fall to chaos and panic.
Yeah.
You are our captain. The decision is ultimately yours.
I think we can trust her now. I'm choosing to trust Joanna.
I'm choosing to trust Joanna.
The Murs paid Heisme as a criminal, but I choose to believe in him. I want to extend Joanna the same grace.
Right.
A country where no one's future is written in stone. If that's our goal, then this is a chance we have to take.
You're too nice for your own good. But you might have a point about not forcing her.
So be it if I'm too nice for my own good.
Our treatment of her might reflect on her confession too. Don't want anyone saying we coerced it out of her.
Then 'tis settled.
Oh, thank you for your kindness. 1,000 times. Thank you. Oh, how curious. It's as if the fog has finally lifted from me.
At least you finally realized. Apprehend the real kidnapper. Joanna, the true culprit behind the abductions, was detained. This will put an end to the kidnappings. She's admitted to the crime and will meet us in Oceania for the exhibition. We did it. We've at least solved the problem.
I've heard the news about Lady Joanna.
I'm sorry, Barton.
I will assume the duty of our escort to the exhibition, and I'll ensure the warrant on Heisme is taken down.
Thank you.
Rest assured your bounty will be paid in full. After all, I asked that you find the true culprit, and so you did.
You're a good man, Barton.
I say, we could upgrade the gauntlet runner with some extra spondulics, eh?
Now, Neris. Nice.
Young man, I have a request.
What's up?
Could you donate a portion of the money to the bereaved families? I know 'tis not my place, but something must be done for them. Their pain must be unbearable.
But of course. I would say it's all rightfully theirs,
Not just some of
honestly.
it. It's all rightfully theirs.
I would argue.
Well said.
You'll hear no objections from me. All we really needed was a head for the exhibition.
Yeah. You go ahead and take the prize money, Egg Barton.
My word, you're all indeed true knights. I'll personally make sure the citizens all hear of your bravery and spirit.
You make sure this gets to the families that need it.
Just as long as you keep this out of the public ear until the exhibition, right?
Yeah.
We can't have our opponents finding out and trying anything underhanded.
That would be unfortunate.
You have my solemn word. I'm glad I entrusted this to you.
No money rewarded. The charges made against Heisme and the bounty were falsified by the real criminals. At his behest, I donated the bounty reward to the victims' families.
All right.
4 more points in courage.
Heisme, 'twas thanks to you that we found the truth. We'd not have revealed the culprit or the secret of the castle on our own.
What are you gonna do now, Heisme?
I agree. If Barden thinks we're true knights all, that goes double for you.
Yeah.
If you've nowhere else to go from here, perhaps you might join us and further lend us your strength.
Please?
You're in this race to become king, are you?
Not exactly. Look, you think it'd be alright to tell Heisme the truth?
But of course. Fine by
We've
me.
come this far together. It's fine by me.
You deserve to know the whole truth, Heisme.
Yes, I have no objections either.
Alright, Heisme. We told Heisme everything, from the prince's survival to our plot for Luis's favor.
So His Royal Highness lives. I see now why you all fought so desperately.
You now see why we act like a pack of maniacs when making certain decisions that most people would obviously choose to survive from.
Would you lend us your strength?
Please?
You already know my answer. My life may not weigh much, but I gladly pledge it to your noble cause.
Welcome to the team.
If I'm to choose a lord out of loyalty instead of dependence, then there's absolutely no shame in that.
I'm not a lord. I'm your friend.
Not a lord. A friend.
We stand as equals.
Hear, hear.
Wow, we climbed up popularity. I've gained support from the people of Martira. I'm one step closer to Luis in executing our plan to save the prince.
I wish I could have done more to help in Martira. I was so ready to prove myself too.
Gallica, if it wasn't for you, we'd all be dead. You literally were the only one who could have actually gotten me out of the cell. So I don't know what you're talking about. Gallica seems to be doubting herself. She wanted to play more of a more active role, but I suppose things didn't go according to plan.
But maybe I found something better. A goal worth chasing. So I'm gonna focus on that from now on.
If it helps you. I sense Gallica's newfound motivation and faith in me. Oh.
The mystical fairy, Gallica. Keeper and heritor of the mage's virtues. Through thy shared bond, a new heroic embodiment slumbering within thee has come to blossom. Bear this new power, foster this connection, and by their strength, fulfill thy destiny.
Rank 3.
It's you and me.
Mage Archetype Adept. Now can study the Wizard. And Monsterology Scholar. Enemy analysis and squad battle is now more detailed. Ooh. The Wizard. Oh, it looks sick!
Okay, now all we have to do is head to Briarhaven and wait for Joanna to arrive.
Ah, about that. Dashed inconvenient, but there's apparently been a landslide on the Valley Road. Utterly impassable. The
So...
old road crews should have the mess cleared by the competition, so until then, your time is yours to waste.
I mean, it's not like we... I mean, we do have still plenty of time before the competition begins, so I don't think we're in any rush.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Another day.
The deadline is...
It'll be a few days until the road to Briarhaven is restored. Why don't we make ourselves useful and see if anybody needs our help until then?
An excellent suggestion. The city's residents still face manifold problems. If we were to lend a hand, then we stand to gain in by improving our own reputation as well.
True.
We could also supplement our funds by taking on a simple bounty or two. Perhaps we should see what's available. Well then, let's make the most of the time available to us. It's up to you what we do next, Will. Sounds good to me?
Alright then.
First up, there is apparently a new side quest we can get, which involves us going to here. Also, before we actually do much else, let's look at that new class, shall we? The Wizard. In addition to stronger magic attacks and allied magic assaults, it learns buffs to strength and synthesis skills. Oh, it looks sick! Look at this guy! This guy looks awesome! Magic Recovery recovers MP each time an enemy is stunned or defeated. Boltra, medium fire magic damage. Blizza, medium magic ice damage. Khandra, medium magic electric damage. Shield Blessing, while attack and defense or hit and evasion are buffed, recover a significant amount of MP every turn. Ooh, really? How curious. I like it. Arcane Unity increases strength and hit rate of synthesis. Very nice. This sounds very helpful. I like it. We need Mage rank 20 to get it. But that's definitely going to be something I want, I feel. Having all that magic will probably be very helpful.
What you want to know?
We got everything here. Hi there.
Please refrain from speaking to me. I'm trying to concentrate and cannot afford petty... Well, an elder with a fairy companion. You must be the fool who thinks he can defy his tribe's legacy and take the throne.
What?
Thanks. I take it you don't sugarcoat anything. Who are you exactly? A fine question. I'm a chef who once served His Royal Majesty, otherwise known as the Queen of Cuisine.
Whoa.
That's quite the title.
Though you must have some serious skill to make food for royalty. I take it you don't work there anymore? I do not. If I could choose a king to serve, I'd want a true gourmet with a refined palate, but by the looks of you, I'm sure your taste must be pedestrian. Hey, Brood, for your information, we collect all our own ingredients. We've got a pretty good kitchen. Gotten pretty good in the kitchen.
Eh?
Indeed. I wonder then, if you can make a dish to satisfy me. I aim to cook something to raise the sunken spirits of this town, so I'd appreciate a dish that I could use as inspiration for my own cooking. Is 5,000 Reeve an appropriate reward? I'll also add in some of my high-quality ingredients as well. I'm not simply looking for a dish that tastes good. I need a creation that can help revitalize this town's very spirit. For example, a dish that uses local specialties, a dish that's easy on the stomach and rises like one's spirit after a taste. Is that too much of a challenge for you? I'll do it.
Lovely,
Such
Dad.
confidence. Perhaps you are capable of surprising me. If your cooking proves worthy, I dare say I might actively support your candidacy.
Okay.
A dish using local specialties. Oh, how about mellow milk? Easy food she mentioned. Does she mean something soft and fluffy? Maybe we should start with recipes that call for milk.
Let's give it a shot.
Need to prepare food that will satisfy the requester. The key to bringing cheer back to the people of Martira is apparently mellow milk.
Yeah.
Sounds tough, but if we can pull it off, we'll get a reward and a new supporter. Let's make a dish she'll be raving about for days.
As of yet, thou art unrefined, one who has but begun to walk in the light. In the time to come, we shall judge if thou art a worthy vessel for our power. To become the true king of this land, thou must draw strength from all resources at thy disposal, and grow thy strength along with the souls of heroes thou hast gathered.
You know, we saw a little about the spotlight, but remember, the purpose of all this is to break the prince's curse. Now, with that done, it's time to go see a certain somebody and get a new social link started. Yep, the guide told me this. I was kind of expecting to get Barden as a follower or a bond. What class would you give? I'm trying to see if I can remember. Maybe, you know what, I think there was a class called Commander in the academia. So if I had to take a guess, you're probably Commander.
Oh, you.
Oh, hello there. What are you up to? The city's returned to its lively self, but we're not far of you. Thinking back, I do remember Lady Joanna disappearing at times. I had not the slightest doubt about her then. I believed every word Joanna and Morse had to say, and I carried on without even a care in the world. In some ways, the situation has shined a light upon my own weaknesses, and I'll not make the mistake twice.
The truth is...
I'd love to speak with you if possible. I hope you'll make some time for me.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, yeah. Just need your opinion on something.
And let me say it again. The town is safe now thanks to you. Couldn't be more grateful to you.
Barden!
Hi.
I heard you fixed up the hole in my shop's wall while I was gone. I can kiss you.
Why, 'twere no trouble at all. Your bonny wife had need of help, and we all have need of your shop.
Well, that may be, but I never knew a captain to be so generous.
My only wish is to render assistance in any way I can.
A good captain, really.
Whatever wee matters I can take care of, I will. Even if they might not turn out as well as yours did.
Hey, every little bit counts.
What the hell? You bumped into me?
Uh-oh.
Well, who could avoid those massive ears, you damn russant?
Oh, dear.
Looks like I need to go keep a brawl at bay.
All right.
Listen, both of you, enough already. Sorry about that. Right tragedy for the town hero to see something so disgraceful.
I understand. Is everything all right?
I'm not bothered, but are you?
My skin ain't that thin yet. It's just... that kind of manky scene has been more common lately.
Really?
Neighbours coming to blows. Good lads fighting. Whole town is right anxious.
If I had to take a guess, it's probably because of the tournament.
And that's what I wanted to discuss with you.
Yeah? What's up?
I'm curious about you and your pals. You're all of different tribes, eh?
Yeah.
Even got Heisme to join up with you. How exactly did you get so many different people to come together as one?
Well, I would say it's because we have a shared vision in a way.
We have a shared vision. one which will benefit everyone.
We all kind of want what's best for everybody.
That answer's befitting of you. So that's what brought you all together. And you're the idealistic leader.
Huh?
So it is.
What?
What we need here is a leader everyone acknowledges. We need a new system where the people themselves govern the town.
Sounds like a fine idea.
I think that sounds like a fine idea.
I'm much assured by your words. Thanks for being so accommodating. If you can manage it, would you help me out again sometime?
It would be my pleasure,
With your
Barden.
consult, I know this town will keep getting better.
How could I refuse?
Happy to help.
Oh, that would be a great help. Thank you. With your support, I'll be sure to make this town a nicer place to live.
I'm sure you will, Barn. Put her there. I feel Barn's profound love for the town, as well as his faith in me.
The Honorable Guardsman,
Aha!
Barden. Within him dwells the virtue of the commander.
I knew it. It is the commander.
Nurture thy bond with him, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
Very good. The virtue of the commander.
I shall protect the
You can now say the commander. It has 3 ranks to it. The heroic embodiment of the commander. Ooh, he looks cool.
I'd be glad if you came back soon. I'll try to have good news for you by then.
I'll be waiting. Back to Martyria Tavern. Alright, 2 things we want to do. First up, we want to go back to the Gauntlet Runner.
Let's go.
And we want to go check the stove, apparently. Is this a stove? Whose handwriting is that? There are notes here about new potential recipes. Redgrass roasted beedo recipe, curative coney roast recipe, and coney stew recipe. Holistic whitefish platter recipe, critical meatballs recipe, and steadfast stew recipe. Precision fermented ribs recipe, stale black bread recipe, and invincible noodles recipe. Benevolent bread recipe, magical bread recipe, finisher noodles recipe. Jesus, so much. Oh wow, these are all really good. What the heck? Whoa, what are these? What the heck? These are amazing items. These are amazing items. Huh. Could be really handy. Let's check out the pantry while we're at it. Get some free ingredients.
What's this?
Mellow milk and fragrant spice. And then okay, first off, let's check out the commander. The commander, a support role that inspires and moves allies to the front row. Synthesis skills also provide some offensive magic. Enhanced cooperation makes enemies more likely to be stunned by support attacks in overall combat. Marakukaja increase all allies' defense for 3 turns. Rebellion increases critical rate for 1 ally for 3 turns. Fiery Strike deal medium physical fire damage to 1 enemy. Main flick burn. Formation of Vigor moves all allies to the front row and increases their attack by 2 ranks for 3 turns. Very interesting. Flame Vanguard deals medium fire damage to all enemies. And Heartbreak Stratagem negates 1 enemy's repel magic and repel physical skills. Interesting. Assault Beacon increases attack, defense, hit, evasion for all allies for 3 turns. I'm sorry, what? This is just Heat Riser on this is just a party-wide Heat Riser. And you get Megiddo. But it has to be used alongside Gunner, Faker, or Summoner. Alright. Still, though, that's a pretty good thing. You use a bell? Huh. Hang on a sec. There's an Amber Alert on my phone that's out of reach. It's nothing to worry about, it's just something. Okay, just want to grab that. Anyways, that could be a really helpful skill later. I don't think I'm going to grab it quite yet, but I do think I'll probably be grabbing it later. Because that sounds like it could be pretty helpful. Next up, let's go to Grand Trad.
Where to?
And we're gonna go back to the Hushed Honeybee.
Let's go.
We're gonna try and make sure we get maximum points from, do you have any new info? No. We're gonna try and make sure we get max tolerance from hanging out with, Fabian here.
Wait.
What are you doing back so soon? Aren't you supposed to be traveling right now? Oh no. Did your mission fail? That's fine if it did. As long as you're safe and healthy, that's all that matters.
Not quite.
What do you mean by that?
It's probably fine to tell Fabian and Maria the truth. So we can teleport.
What? You're not able to return to the Grand Trad within an instant. Your gauntlet run is extra special. What does that mean? Well, you don't seem to be in a particularly defeated mood, so I may as well just take your word for it. At the very least, that means you'll be showing your face around here more often, yes? I'm thankful for that. And I have no doubt that Maria will be overjoyed to see you.
All right, let's save again. It's like, hey, I'm the guy who should have been gone by now, like long gone. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Having a hard time. Let's do it.
You're a big...
Get into the kitchen.
Next up.
Finish preparing
is-
fish, so we have to put them in the pot.
Oh, right.
Fishing sauce is addition of fruit as a secret ingredient. I forgot to ask how to prepare it. What should we do? Last time we did under the plate, it didn't work. Well, why not grate it in and simmer?
In that case.
Grate it in and let everything get cooked. Let's serve it to the customer.
I knew it.
Cause they're wolfed down the whole plate.
Does that give me max?
Now then.
Yep, 3 points. Level 2 on tolerance. Open-minded.
Tolerance.
Tis one of the virtues a ruler must possess. If thou aspire to true sovereignty, take up a mantle of benevolence, which shall spur thee to aid thy people.
Why, that's...
A conqueror needs that precious kindling with which a follower's passions may be inflamed.
Level 2 tolerance. Continue to help out as the night went on.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Another day.
Speaking of,
I've been hearing rumors of people disappearing in force near east of Maltira, at a place known as the Imp's Den. That's a different location from where Heimsmay was. Think there's a connection to the kidnappings in town? I don't believe so. Word is the culprits in this case are a band of horse gobones. I doubt they're the type to come into town to snatch people up. This might be the work of the Gobon King that has a bounty on it. Before the damage spreads, we ought to exterminate.
All right then.
Another day. Let's head over to hang out with Maria.
Where to?
The Hushed Honeybee. I want to give Maria a drawing, but I don't see her anywhere. Oh, hey.
You've come back. Maria. Well, she's holed herself up in her room. If only we could take her mind off things.
I showed the Tree of Prophecy drawing that Nearest drew.
Oh, you have pictures from your trip to give to Maria. That's kind of you. I'm sure she'll be thrilled. I'll fetch her from her room. Would you mind keeping an eye on things down here? And I'll tell her about how your traveling magic works. I gave it to Maria and she really lit up, so thank you.
We did it.
Promising returns. Curative Coney Roast.
Still, I'm not sure popping in to show her pictures is the wise idea. She puts on a brave face, but she's still not past it all. I mean, you're in the middle of your journey, aren't you? If you turn around and leave again, I'm not sure the poor girl's heart could take it.
I want to make Maria smile. With my overflowing tolerance, I may be able to convey how dedicated I am to Maria and helping her with her loneliness. Yeah.
Well, you really have kept her in your thoughts, haven't you? Then maybe you'll be doing her a favor. Go spend some quality time with Maria. I'm sure she'd enjoy hearing about your travels.
Of course.
Thank you.
Will you come with me then? But of course.
And so...
She's been down for so long. Not that I expect her to be a giggling ball of energy after all that's happened, but she seems to feel the need to put on a brave face. She's holding back.
Really?
Sounds like she's balling up her emotions. She must be. She's a good girl, but still. There are many who see Grias as a hero who tried to take down a tyrant, but this city has its fair share of Louis supporters. I worry about what would happen if more people found out Maria was his daughter. So I sat her down and very clearly explained to her to keep the relationship secret, and she promised. But now she's acting like nothing's wrong.
Maria.
Poor girl can't talk to anyone about her feelings. My heart aches for her.
You.
And that's where you come in. I want to ask a favor of you.
Look.
I think the inn suffocates her. Would you mind taking her somewhere to talk? Even if all you do is lend her an ear, she would appreciate it. Leave it to me.
Yeah.
Whatever I can do to help, leave it to me. Ever the reliable one, aren't you? I have a feeling Maria will open up to you.
You're a big
Thank you for doing me this favor. I'll fetch Maria then. Hey! It's been such a long time since I went for a walk. Thank you for coming today, mister.
Hey,
Oh, I remember this place. When we first came to the capital, I fell down around here. I couldn't see anything because it was really dark. And then Papa, he just patted me on the head and said, "You okay?"
um,
Hey, mister. You can tell me.
Sure.
Don't worry. You can tell me everything.
uh,
Oh, it's just... Never mind. I mean, there's something. A whole lot of somethings, but I'm not sure which one to ask first.
Oi there!
I heard that would-be assassin used to live around here. You mean the madman who tried to kill Luis? Yeah, him. Can you believe that some washed-up mercenary thought he'd be able to take out Luis? Maybe he went mad from hunger. So, last thing we need is some more cars been crawling about because of him.
Let's keep walking. Why don't we keep walking?
yeah,
Okay.
uh...
Tell me stories about your journeys. The ones about places outside Grand Trad. Of course. Maria and I walked around aimlessly as we talked about various things.
Now this right here, that's our... Oh, it's a freak.
Pardon me.
Stop!
Please don't scribble there. That's Miss Fabian's house.
Gross. Get away from me. You!
I'm okay.
It was your own fault. You had it coming. Yeah, I heard your parents didn't even want you, so that's why a therapist had to take you in. Yeah, I heard my mom say you're some weird output kid living in some dodgy inn. I bet she was talking about you.
Apologize. Apologize to her. Now.
Shut up, stupid. I'm out here.
Am I... weird? You're not weird.
Oh no.
You're not weird at all, Maria. You mean it? Of course not.
I'm sorry.
Some dirt got on the picture you gave me. I'm really sorry. I was so happy when you gave it to me. You didn't forget your promise. I wouldn't break a promise.
Certainly.
I made a promise to you after all. Thank you.
Okay.
I do feel better when I look at your pictures. I know that you're traveling all over and doing your best, mister. That's why I have to do my best too. I can sense Maria's vigorous determination and the unshakable trust she's placed in me. She's a strong kid.
I wanted to
Healer
show-
Enlightenment reduces the mad cost of studying the healer lineage. Was it true when he said that my parents didn't want me? Nobody tells me the truth about anything. They ought to say that I'm still a kid. Do they not want to tell me because I'm a kid? They don't want to say it was my fault Papa died. A bad person did it. A very bad person responsible for what happened to... not you. I don't get it. It's okay. Why can't I see Pop again? It's okay. Let it out.
We have to go back to Miss Fabian.
It's okay.
If it's not too much trouble, can you...
Well, I'll visit you again.
Maria.
I'll come and visit you again, Maria.
Okay.
Okay, it's a promise. So, see you later, right?
But of course. Part ways Maria and return to the group. She's a strong kid. Stronger than most, I feel. Now, we're going to do something a bit interesting that we've never done before.
Let's go.
Which is not all the thing that I'm actually implying. We're instead first going to go to Actus Workshop. And we've got a bunch of items I'm pretty sure we can actually, like,
What'll it be?
a prize, right? Well, we got a couple. Gritty Polearm. Sanctor's Devotion. Superior Gritty Polearm. Sanctor's Mace. And Gritty Longarm for Partisan, which is terrible. But that's not what I wanted to do. What I really wanted to do is, why not we go make a speech? We are a candidate, so we probably need to be making speeches. Let us first save the game. We should also read up on some of the lore that I've been missing out on. So let's do that real quick. Parapus riots. An incident 12 years prior where a group of Parapus suddenly revolted in the outskirts of Grand Tread and lashed out at the Crown Theocracy's forces. Though it was officially deemed a riot caused by discontent over discriminatory treatment of the Parapus tribe, there remains some public doubt, as the motives and goals of the uprising seem inconsistent with the number of people involved. Some who witnessed the event firsthand testified that the Parapus in question did not seem to be acting in anger, but suffering from some terrible agony, enough that they were no longer in their right minds. Camero. A small farming village southeast of Martira that enjoys stable weather throughout the year, allowing agriculture and carrier pigeon husbandry to thrive. Slightly beyond the capital's influence due to its remote location, the village has long-standing, deeply rooted religious views. People can freely choose their method of burial upon their death, including excarnation with a sky burial, and as a result, Camaro is often called a paradise for the dead. Travelers are struck by nostalgia at seeing its idyllic pastoral sites, as it attracts new residents by its unique burials. The Ujif. Small in stature with bat-like wings and ears, due to their singular appearance and low population, as well as their strong night vision derived from their nocturnal nature and keen hearing, it's not uncommon for them to be perceived as unnerving, and they often become targets of discrimination. Most Ujif live modest lives at the bottom of the social hierarchy with a few positions of status. With their natural agility, some are able to make a living as warriors. Most Ujif, however, prefer farming to hunting, making them a tribe that is warm in nature that values harmony. The flip side of this is that they are often indecisive, second-guessing themselves out of concern for what the others want. This has lowered their relative status in the world. Haizme. Haizme Noctul, a member of the Ujif tribe and former knight who Will met outside Martira. A notorious man, he was long wanted for a series of kidnappings before it was revealed he'd been set up. Like all members of his tribe, he's extremely sensitive to sound and can detect many odd scant noises his companions cannot. Musician. A performer who can create music from the name of a place laden with a person's memories. From the name spoken, the musician identifies a person's memories and feelings embedded in it, unlocks them, and magically reconstructs them as music. A skilled musician can uncover the listener's faintest emotions and evoke their deepest set memories, even for places visited long past. The Shadow Guard. One of the two divisions of knights that make up the royal order that serves the crown, the Royal Order of Knights are split into the Holy Guard and the Shadow Guard, though when most speak of Royal Knights, they're referring exclusively to the former. New members of the Holy Order are announced publicly and are thus required to excel not only martially, but also maintain traditional appearances for ceremonies and other rites. As a result, unofficial tribal discrimination is rampant, with most knights coming from the Claymore or other similarly prestigious tribes. By comparison, Shadow Guard members are not publicly announced and are relegated to less savory tasks. It's common for knights of tribes far removed from Claymore in appearance or standing to be assigned to the Shadow Guard by default. However, as this means its knights are more explicitly chosen for strength and skill rather than prestige, some say that knights of the Shadow Guard tend to be more capable than those in the Holy Guard. Carrier pigeons. A method of delivering letters or parcels reliant on the bird's natural homing instinct, and has become standard to use pigeons to deliver urgent news, as pigeons are faster and cheaper than relying on traveling peddlers or merchants. Pigeons are most commonly used, but a variety of birds can be deployed depending on distance and speed required. It's not unheard of for a canny craftsman to accurately send a letter across the entire continent by infusing magic into the letter and employing a bird sensitive to magla. Interesting. Anyways, let's take to the podium. If I stand and give a speech on this podium, I bet that draws some attention.
Place.
Why don't you stand here and make a speech? It's a good opportunity to convey your thoughts and feelings to the people of the city.
Improve my eloquence.
And if you do a good job, you might get some money to boot. Want to try making a speech?
A young are leaving in droves for cities with better trade and industry, like Grand Trad and Brylehaven.
What policies will you prioritize to protect a remote town like ours?
What should I say to reach the public's heart? Let's place more effort on tourism!
Please listen.
Put more effort into tourism.
But what's there at all? We haven't brilliant streets like Grand Trad.
All right.
We have to reset the save. I didn't realize that I'd actually have to make a choice here. Apparently you can get up to 4 eloquence.
And the age of a new king.
And I do want to get 4 eloquence. So, let us try that again. Also, how was I supposed to know? I'm gonna be real with you. How was I supposed to know? Unfortunately, what this does mean is I'm gonna have to recheck everything. Let's just quickly... Shadow Guard. Ismay. Musician. Comero. Save here. I do. Line even for droves. Let's promote local delicacies.
Please listen.
I think promoting a town with local delicacies would be a good idea.
Oh, please, are you that naive?
Then again, I have heard that insects are coming up in the culinary world. A surprise at first, but they always go home saying they'll miss the food. Maybe we really should advertise our insect dishes more.
I managed to win the hearts of the people with my speech.
All right.
4 points. That's all we needed. All right. After listening to the people, I returned to the group. 876. We're getting we started at like 8,000 or whatever, I think. Didn't we? I swear we started somewhere like that high, and we're already in the 1,000. We're already in triple digits. So that's impressive. Now, where's Hulkenberg? I want to hang out with you.
Now then.
Please me to continue our training. Save the game. Hulkenberg.
What aren't we do today? Whatever the specifics, would it be prudent to use our time in improving our chances and building our strength? If you have the time, shall we continue our training? You know, despite Straw's little outburst the other day, he's been quite diligent in his training since. Will, you can't fall behind now.
I want to train.
Speaking of...
Ah, but I recall our practice swords were broken. Shall we go and buy new ones at the capital's weapons shop? It would be a simple thing to teleport there, yes?
Wah.
I'm glad we found some sturdier sparring swords. Hopefully they shall win me some measure of redemption for the other day,
Listen! On the authority of the Knight's Order, your crime shall be repaid with death.
A voice. Is that Rodanthe? You remember, he's my former comrade that we met before.
Do it.
Wait!
Hold! And if it isn't Hulkenberg, I ask you not to interrupt my duties.
This is your duty. What knight commander presides over executions?
Speak It is only right. Those who would do this nation harm shall be punished. What is he accused of?
So then...
What exactly has he done? Treason. This ruler, a petty officer of the military police, slandered the honor of the Royal Knights.
Honor? What honor? The Royal Knights of today are honorless!
You've forgotten any oath to the throne. Now you're just
No, you've forgotten any oath to the throne. Now you're just dogs barking on command.
You insolent... Bring me a whip. Hanging is not enough.
You
Cannot be serious. This insolence is why you would have him killed.
This, after all, is a trifling... After all the trifling sinners you sent to the gallows, righteous fury rings false from a hypocrite's mouth. Now die, dishonor. Writhe like the maggot you are. Treason's only reward is death. Therein lies atonement, whether for the knights or the people.
They could kill me for any reason they liked.
Redanth, this is beyond outrageous. You've authorized nothing less than public butchery. Maintain the couple's orders, the knight's duty. 'Tis only natural that we punish those who spread lies.
Lies? Have you sold your soul to the Sanctus? Were you blinded by the prospects you'd win by their coronation?
It hardly matters who takes the throne, so long as the royal knights still stand to flank it. This, you see, is the role of one who has risen to the post of knight commander. One's burdens are different from those of the freewheeling and the frivolous like yourself.
You infinite coward! You poison toad! Is this the shape of your so-called loyalty?
Whoops. Bold words. One would almost think you and your friends seek the hangman's noose yourselves.
Wait.
Hang on a second.
Please, let us go.
What?
Will, what are you... I apologize. You did not have to say anything.
It's almost comical. The boy is clearly possessed of more sense than you. But he stays my hand today, but there will not be a next time, Hulkenberg.
I'm sorry.
Tis wrong.
I was not a tool to torment and kill the innocent. It is meant to guide the weak and vulnerable, that each and every one of us might live together in a better country.
Apologies.
Well, I apologize. I forced you into my troubles again. It's nothing.
Listen.
You don't need to worry about it. Thank you nonetheless. Had I been alone, I know not what would have happened here. Somewhere in my heart, I expected he might still understand me. I would count such blind faith among my weaknesses.
Listen.
Should it ever be me who strays from the path of virtue, I only ask that you remind me of my purpose under any circumstance. Can I entrust this to you? Of course. I can sense Hulkenberg's virtuous sense of purpose, deep trust. Already half the way there.
You have given
Scion skill. Increases skill inheritance slots for the knight's lineage to 2. Very nice.
The truth is,
I'm partly to blame for Rodin's brutality. What do you mean? No, the day has already left me exhausted. We'll speak more of this some other time, away from prying ears. What the? The man behind Hulkenberg. I feel like I've seen him somewhere before. Hey, wait a minute. I remember you. You were the guy who asked what we were doing when we actually came to the when we went to go get our swords the first time. He was in an earlier Hulkenberg event. I remember. It was the Parapus guy. He just came to like see what we were doing and then just randomly walked off. It was very weird, but it was definitely him. Wonder what he's doing. Anyways, we were halfway done with Hulkenberg's bond.
Thank you. You really helped me out. You're not serious.
All the way back up.
Lovely.
We're gonna go back to the podium. And it looks like there's somebody else here.
What now?
There. Let's go ahead and save the game. Save complete.
Talking nonsense, you are.
Martyra podium.
As your king, I swear to abolish taxes, laws, taxes, and anything else that restricts our freedom will be abolished.
Oh, yeah?
Those are some pretty wild campaign promises. Why don't you put your word against theirs in a debate? If you make them see the future you're envisioning, I'm sure you'll win some favor. Easier said than done, but you can't pass up this chance. If I entered a debate here, my eloquence and my imagination should increase. If it goes well, you might even get some donations. So, wanna give it a shot? Let's do it.
Oh my, how
Are you not the candidate who caused a ruckus at the opening ceremony? I hope you'll help anyone in need. A bit starry-eyed, I'd say, but perhaps you've come to pit your ideals against mine. Of course, I encourage you to exercise your freedoms and challenge me. Hear me! Are we not all entitled to the sweat of our own brow? Why then do we accept the tyranny known as taxes? It is theft, by another name, used to fund the machinations of the elite. What should benefit the poor lines the pockets of the powerful instead? Why should the fruits of our blood, sweat, and tears make the fattened swine grow fatter still? The system must be abolished.
He's right. My earnings should go to me and me alone.
I don't want to pay taxes as much as the next bloke, but this may not work out as he thinks it will.
Roger's playing to the crowd's bottom line. How should I feel? No. Taxes benefit us all.
Please listen.
Taxes are not a one-way street. They benefit all in the long run.
What?
You mean we must all fund this Commonwealth insurance? No, it is a personal feeling if your financial reserves cannot sustain you in hardship. So in emergency, only the rich folks who've been hoarding money are going to survive? Taxation to fund a world where everyone helps one another. I bet on those, but it sounds like something a hero king would come up with. Brilliant.
Well, look at you.
Have I truly lost this? Well, I give you credit for your performance today. Yeah.
How's great at the pages now? You left the art candidate speechless. The people appreciate what you said. They want to show their support by giving you a little something. Money.
Works for me.
And doesn't it feel like you improved your eloquence and imagination from this too?
Now then.
Indeed. 4 points for eloquence, 1 point for imagination. Level 2 eloquence. And I want to see something, because the guide may have made a mistake here. Yeah, I think the guide made a mistake. Yeah, okay. I'm not going crazy. The guide doesn't usually says when you max out a certain rank or get to a certain rank, but it doesn't for this day. But it seems like it's but I think it's just for this one time it seems to do it. Anyways, rank 2.
Is one of the virtues a ruler must possess. If thou aspire to true sovereignty, fill thyself with words from the heart to win the trust of the common folk. A conqueror needs that precious kindling with which a follower's passions may be inflamed.
Very nice.
Time marches
736.
on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Hey,
Sorry, I'm looking at something. Alright, apologies. What day are we on?
A volcano has appeared in the mine. It's too dangerous to keep mining work going while it's around, so the miners will lose their jobs if it sticks around.
I've heard talk of that as well. The beast is supposed to be a hold up in a location known as Mani's Grotto. In these times, losing one's livelihood is often a matter of life and death. There's no telling who might become the next direct victim of this Volmo.
It's serious enough that a bounty was issued. We ought to solve the problem ourselves and with haste.
All right then.
I hear a voice.
mister.
Mister will come visit again.
Maria. It's currently the 10th. We still got 7 days until a path opens.
Pardon?
Roger Ward, a Claymore candidate participating in the tournament. Bright and genial, he is the eldest son of the Ward family, prominent grain merchants in Grand Trad. He first pledges to abolish taxes and later laws altogether, declaring he will create a country of freedom. His policies have decent support from merchants, but he's also criticized for being commerce-focused version of Louise. His gauntlet runner, the Wings of Freedom, attract widespread attention for its dazzling paint job. Let us go to... hang out out with Maria.
Mister.
Hello. Should also make sure I save here. All good.
Mister.
Oh, mister, you're here.
I have Nearest's drawings on me. I think Maria would be happy if I gave one to her. Let's give this drawing to Maria. Look! I gave the Midnight Sun Sands drawing to Maria.
Wow, the desert is all white. Is that a big building, huh? That's a worm skin.
So Maria's about all the memories I made there.
I see, so there's really a place like that outside of Grand Trad.
Thank you.
Thank you, mister. I'll ask Miss Fabian if we can hang them up on the inn's walls. If I look at the pictures, I stop feeling lonely because I think of you on our journey. And you can come back and look at them too, right? You know, there's so much I want to tell you. Oh, but I have to go shopping now.
I'll go with you.
Really?
Really? Yay! Thank you!
Mister?
Do you see those flowers for sale over there? They grow outside the capital. Papa took me there once. He let me ride on his shoulders and I felt like a grown-up.
Let's go there too then.
In that case.
Why don't we go there and pick some flowers together?
Can we? Do you know where it is? First you have to go to where the wind blows. Then follow that till you're really, really far away.
Whoa.
Huh?
Excuse me, but are you okay? Maybe, are you hungry? I still have some bread.
Hey! Oh, you can't sleep here. You're dragging your filth all over the road.
You're shaking. Here, maybe some bread will make you feel better. That's the child from that Parapazin. You know, the half-blood.
Dear me!
Feeding scraps to disgusting stray.
You're not wrong, Maria.
It'll be fine.
Don't listen to him. You're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Okay. This is for me. Are you sure? You looked hungry. Where's your house? I don't have one. My family, they're all dead. I ran from a merchant who tried to sell me, but I ended up here. I'm all alone now. I wish I had died with Mom and everyone else. Are you crying? I want to die, but the hunger is so painful. Thank you for this. Am I going to end up like that boy? Because my family is all gone too. Just like me. Just like him.
You have me.
Listen.
Really?
So, you'll stay with me?
Of course I will.
Oh, but don't you and your friends need to do stuff that's far away? Maybe you can take me with you. You should take me along. I want to go on a journey too. And I promise I'll be good.
Someday we will.
Fine by me.
Someday we'll go together.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how I can help though. Maybe I'll just get in the way.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. I shouldn't have asked you that. Please don't tell Miss Fabian.
It's alright.
She's the only one I can stay with now, so I have to show her that I'm a good girl.
You are good. You're already a good kid, Maria. Just as you are now.
But I want to make Miss Fabian happy. There's gotta be something else I can do.
So then...
Oh, she's always busy, so I can help out lots. When I talk to you, mister, my stomach doesn't feel like it's all knots anymore. Okay then, you'll come back soon, right?
Of course. I sense Maria's devotion and the wholehearted trust she has for me.
The pure-hearted maiden, and Maria, she who presides over the heroic embodiment of the healer. Through thy shared bond, a new heroic embodiment slumbering within thee has come to blossom. Bear this new power, cherish this connection, and by their strength fulfill thy destiny.
Rank 3.
It's a
The
promise.
Healer Archetype Adept. You can now study the Cleric, and the skill inheritance slots for the Healer increase to 2. Very nice.
Ooh, looks cool.
The cleric. I should go back before Miss Fabian gets worried. You too, mister. Please be careful, okay? Of course. You too, kiddo.
The rain. The rain.
Back to Martira Tavern.
I need to push myself harder. I need to push myself harder.
I need to think of the voice I'm doing for him.
What now?
Let's check out that cleric class. Cleric. Oh, they look awesome. I can't get over all the designs that these archetypes have. They're so good. HP recovery each time it hits, attack lands. Hameon on medium magic light damage to one enemy. Medica recovers medium HP recovery for all allies. Recarm revives one ally with 58%. Raidenai, one ally recovers 10% of their HP each turn for 3 turns. Godly Blessing increase the effects of recovery magic by 1.5. And Samaricarm, one ally with full HP. Not bad. Not bad at all. Medical. Heavy HP recovery for all. Oh, Godly Blessing. Okay, Revive all with max HP and Magic Injection. Nullifies one attack that would inflict a status ailment. Very situational, but potentially very helpful too. What do you need to get it? Just healer level 20. Gotcha. Oh, you need commander level 10 to get the leveled up merchant. We already knew about the mage one. Thief. Warrior. Magic Seeker. Oh, I can already tell this one looks sick. Look at the shadow. Void Wave, heavy magic wind damage to one enemy, decrease their attack. Oh, recovers MP for each hit. Ignore resistances. Seeker. Okay. Sorry. Oh, I can't wait to see these, like, maxed out variants. They're gonna look so cool, aren't they? I cannot wait to see what all these maxed out variants look like. They are gonna look awesome. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted by that. Nighttime on the 10th. We're gonna go hang out with the guy who we just heard. Heisme!
I need to push myself harder. I need to push myself harder.
Heisme! We're gonna save here. All good?
It's you.
Ah, it's you. Once we get our more pressing goals out of the way, I won't be sure what to do with myself. I've been thinking about I ought to resume the training drills from my Shadow God days. The battles ahead will demand no less of me. My apologies, but if you've business with me, might we discuss them another time?
Could you teach me?
Well, I'm afraid this training is tailored to a youth's stature. It's not a thing for you to learn.
At least help me understand you, though. I was able to convince Heisme of the significance of observing.
I see.
I see. I suppose knowing the fighting style of your allies would help broaden your possible strategies. Yes, that sounds reasonable. Mark my technique closely, then you'll learn the ways of the Shadow Guard. But proper training does take time, a significant amount of it. If you mean to tag along, I hope you're ready to be here for a while. All set. Well said. A bit cramped right here, though, isn't it? Let's go to the woods nearby instead. Come on.
Shall we?
Now then.
Let's start with a little taste. A little test. Let's see if you can keep up with my movements. If your reactions are fast enough to match me, you win. Now, let's begin. You're wide open! From here, it'll be a simple thing to slit your throat. You were careless.
You're so cool. You're just so cool, Heisme.
Enough of that now. I don't mind the compliment, but you're laying it on a bit thick.
All right.
I'll do it as many times as you like.
Ooh.
Don't rely on sight. You must sense through your very skin.
May I speak?
Your enemies aren't going to wait for you. Your body must move on instinct to buy time for your mind.
How can I do that? How can I do that?
Well,
How indeed. Finding these answers is also part of the training. There's no clear answer, no correct way of improving, but at the very least, you can decide what you aspire to.
then
Want to keep going?
Of course.
That seems enough for one day. Shall we share a drink then? Let's retire to my castle back on the runner.
Sure.
I found some fine spirits for myself, but even ambrosia would be tasteless when drunk alone. Would you like a cup of tea instead?
Sure.
Yes, a bracing drink. But nowhere near as good as the spirits back home.
Do you miss your hometown?
Hold on.
no.
Not particularly. Talking with you just remind me of my son. It's been a long time since I abandoned my home. My son died without ever seeing that village. He looked up to the knights, you know. He had a stout heart in that little frame. Might have grown up to be a fine knight himself, had he lived. Another wish unfulfilled, I suppose. I'll never forget the day I cremated my son's body and mourned his death.
Cremated? What do you mean by cremated?
Ah, right. Everyone else buries their bodies as they are, without giving them to the flame.
The truth is,
It's the way of the Ujif boy. We burn the bodies of the dead, leaving only bones. The soul is freed through fire. Once released from the body, they go to their place in the beyond. Then those who remain must lay the bones to rest, somewhere suitable for the deceased. However, I've yet to find a place fit for my son to take his final rest. I can't imagine he'd be happy for his bones to be eternally moving and disturbed.
I apologize.
Apologies. I shouldn't be talking to you about this.
I'd like to help. I'd like to help lay your son to rest.
No.
We've an important mission to accomplish. No room for detours of any inconvenience, boy. Can't put that burden on you.
It's for your son's sake.
Let's do it.
Still, we can do it. It's for your son's sake, isn't it?
Thank you.
I thank you for your kindness. Truly. I'll do my best to return this favor through my efforts as your comrade. Thank you again. A toast then, to cement our vow. You with a cup of delicious tea.
Cheers.
Yes, a toast, but not to mark my regrets. To commemorate our coming together into the beginning of morning.
Cheers. I sense Heisme's heartache for his departed son and his trust as a friend and an ally. Rank 2.
My boy.
Produces Mad Cause and Preternatural Hearing. Displays the location of strong enemies on dungeon maps. Interesting. Thanks.
My thanks.
We can save this for any time when you're free, lad. I'm grateful that you'll help me, though, and I dare say tonight I'll rest well.
Time marches on.
Another
The
day.
age of a new king draws nearer.
All right then.
Rain. 11th.
Why?
Make sure we save the game. Next up, where is Stroll? Maybe I should ask him. Stroll! Oh, you're right there.
Oh, it's you.
Hey, what are you up to? Ironic how fidgety one gets when towed to waste, isn't it? Hey, have you got some time right now? It's about what we discussed last time. I know I must head to my village to seek clues about my inheritance, but I freeze before I can take the first step. Let's go.
Oh, right.
Well, if you're sure, then I suppose now's as good a time as any. My home, the village of Halia, is on the outskirts of Grand Trad. As we'll need the runner, please extend my apologies to the rest. With the runner, we can make it there and back before dusk, though I cannot but feel guilt to request it for such a personal matter. It's fine, buddy. No need to worry. Strolling away, we arrived at last at his childhood home, the village of Halia. This is Halia, huh? It doesn't look like anyone has lived here for a very long time. It's a chilling sight. Traveling here by Gauntlet Runner, you'd think we were practically next door to the capital. As I fled for my life, the nearest settlement felt leagues away. I recall wanting to lie down and give up on several occasions. Probably hard to tell now, but this was once the village's main road, full of people crossing every which way.
Truth is,
You used to be able to see the mountains cresting the horizon above the rooftops. It was beautiful. I wish you could have seen it like that. I know I'll see it someday, though.
No.
I know I'll see it someday. It's been 7 years since that day. Feels like forever ago, and yet only the blink of an eye at the same time.
Huh.
Afterward, I was shuffled between various relatives. Nothing more than another mouth to feed. Fitting, I suppose, of the burden I'd become. I went to the site of our manor, but all I found was rubble. A few walls were sort of standing, but it was a sorry sight compared to how I see it in my mind. Except, I've discovered a letter.
Take this.
There was a corner of my father's study that seemed to have been designed to withstand a fire. I found a box there with a letter inside, and I recognized the writing as my father's. Then is that the will? I'm afraid I must ask a favor of you. I have no doubt this is his will, and I know I must read it, but I'm going to go over there and do just that. Alone. Would you mind waiting nearby? It's okay to be nervous.
Yeah.
I'm here for you if you need me.
Thanks.
Thank you. It's reassuring to have you by my side. I waited nearby while Stroll read the will. Well, it's a good thing we found this. Seems I do indeed have an inheritance.
And
The will said the family's treasures was dispatched to the royal capital. The royal capital? Made it all the way to the capital?
yeah.
Yes, but it doesn't give a specific location. The letter is unfinished. I mean, how could it be? No one expected a murderous, rampaging human.
Damn it.
Damn it, if I'd only...
Sorry.
Sorry. Whenever I think back to that day... My father names me the sole heir of his estate. He even addressed a letter to my beloved son, Leon. I feel only shame at such endearments. As it stands now, the inheritance has put but one purpose: to repay the debts owed to my parents and my people. So if they would see our house rebuilt,
I'll definitely
be whatever they want me to be, a noble of prominence or otherwise. If I can make the people speak the name of House Haliatus with reverence, and once it lives on the top of everyone's tongue, maybe then I'll be able to embrace the words, my beloved son. I never imagined a day would come that I'd come to terms with these feelings. I owe you so much and more. I sense Stroll's deep in trust and his determination to confront his destiny. Rank 5.
I must use my
Warrior
ability.
Veneration significantly reduces the mag cost of studying the warrior lineage in Battleware. While in reserve, the amount of experience Stroll gains increases. Really? We don't even have extra party members yet, but that's good to have. But first things first. I'm sure he entrusted the inheritance to someone in the capital, but I have no clue who that might be. Can you tell me about your father?
Say,
What was your father like?
That's
He was a big man, so much so that standing next to my mother made her look teeny. But despite his size, he solved his problems with his head. And he never treated people as less than him. In fact, he used to handpick the fish he would bring back to the household as gifts. Grand Trab was able to source fresh fish from Briarhaven, but in Halia they were a rare feast.
aha.
Hey, maybe I'm onto something. He spoke highly of the fish market, so he must have gone to the same one every time. Perhaps they remember him. That may be our best lead. And I'm afraid I shall ask once more to take advantage of your generosity. When we return to Grand Trad, will you help me walk in my father's footsteps? It could still turn out to be fruitless, so I'll need all the help I can get. course.
This
A
one's
noble's legacy. Stroll asked me to help track down his inheritance. He recalled his father frequented the fishmonger near the Grand Cathedral in Grand Dread. I should start there.
All right.
But first, I have one more thing I'd like to look into. I think we're at a good stopping point for today besides. Sounds good.
Let's head back.
Thank you, Will. Let's head back to the Gauntlet Runner. Martyr Tavern. Except we're immediately going to leave.
What now?
We are going
Where to?
back to Grand Trad and Realist
Go.
Grand Cathedral.
I love it. This range is
So the podium for Grand Trad should be over here. Yep, right here.
so well placed.
Rock. We're gonna save the game here. And yes, we're gonna be doing this again. Grand Trad. Standing on this podium could draw people for attention for a speech. Why are you standing here and give a speech? It's a good chance to let people know your thoughts and feelings. Improve. If you do, oh, you may get some recognition, so yada yada.
How's an etiquette like you going to protect the country?
Yeah, come on, give us your platform! What should I say to reach the public's heart? End society's discontent.
My ideals.
We must strive to find and eliminate the reasons for society's discontent.
Yeah, all very noble, but enough of the pretentious hogwash already. I'm tired of hearing it. Awfully vague. Is that the best idea he's got?
Nope, that's not it. Go back.
Time marches on.
Nope, go back.
The age of a new king draws nearer.
We save scum here. I'm not going to read that yet, because we're going to have to re-look at it anyways.
All right then.
Nope, stop it.
What now?
Load. Okay, let's try this again.
And this
Give it a shot. Stop Louise's dictatorship.
hear me.
The key to our future is preventing a dictatorship under Louise Guilloburn.
So you just want to take Count Louise down? Counts just like you or Reeve a dozen.
I might have your back if you had a nice keeps chance in hell of taking him on, but I've got my doubts. Never mind. Nah.
All right.
Yeah. Just go back.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Come on, I don't have all day.
All right then.
Nope. Sorry, Maria. You're gonna have to wait.
What now?
We have to go through every option now.
And this
Alright, last chance. How are you gonna do it? Help and understand each other. We must overcome our differences by helping one another and growing in mutual understanding.
That's
Oh, come off it. Is such a thing even possible? You're just saying what he thinks we want to hear.
You're saying you're gonna make people understand the purpose.
Managed to win the hearts of the people with my speech. I feel like my eloquence has improved.
all right.
There we go, 4 points. As it should be. Get some money.
Well then.
631. We're rising up pretty quickly at this rate.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
We're rising up very quickly, actually, at this rate, honestly.
The Imson east of Martyria used to be full of bandits, but apparently Goborns took it over.
It's not so. At least we know what we're up against.
Goborns move in groups. It's possible they are just smart enough to understand the advantages that come with superior numbers.
I guess.
Our leader is a Goborn king, right? We picked up a request, so let's knock him off his throne.
All right then.
I think I'm just a ball to Miss Fabian.
Sing out with Maria.
Knee. My knee.
There we go. Ah. I wanted to crack my knee. Alright. Save and bleed.
Do you have a moment? There's something I want to ask you. It's about Maria.
Suck.
Sorry, I know you must be busy.
It's all good.
I'll come on and ask. Did you say something to Maria? Since your last visit, she's been acting rather odd. She insists on helping me with anything and everything, no matter what it is.
She's a good kid.
Well,
I think she's just trying to be good.
But while I do appreciate the help, there's a hint of desperation to it all. Like she's frightened or something.
Why, you little wretch! Look what you've done!
Uh-oh.
Wait.
Sir, why are you raising up your voice at a child?
This damn brat spilt me drink down my leg. That's your dear service, Fabian.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Keep your britches on, whereas they are. Leave them at the door for later for cleaning, and I'll get you another drink on the house. Apologies, but could you take Maria upstairs?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
everything okay?
It's fine. Are you feeling alright?
Yeah.
I'm okay. Miss
by the
Fabian was
way-
busy talking to you, so I thought I could help out by taking care of that customer. I just want to show Miss Fabian that I can carry both the food and drinks now. You think Miss Fabian will get rid of me? Does she not want me here anymore?
She would never
No.
abandon you. She wants you to stay here.
Papa did. He left me all alone.
Maria.
Maria, may I come in?
It's all right.
Oh, come now. Wipe those tears. That scary customer's already left. Everything's fine just now. Miss Fabian, I promise I'll be a
I'm
good
sorry.
girl from now on. Really, I won't cause any more trouble, so please. Even if we're not family, can I still stay with you?
Maria.
Oh, my Maria. Is that what you've been thinking this whole time? Of course you can stay here. You needn't worry over earning your keep either, silly girl, because this is your home. Maria, I may not be your mother by blood, God rest her soul, but nonetheless, you are still my most precious treasure, my family, and I consider you a daughter. Miss Fabian.
Okay.
Now you listen here. Your papa never abandoned you. He did everything he did because he truly, deeply cared about you.
He worked to protect everybody. Above all else.
That he did. And even if we can't see him anymore, I know without a doubt that he's watching over all of us. All he ever did was ask about you. He regretted every moment he had to spend away from you, and it would have made him so happy to see you grow up. But more than anything, he wanted to give you a world where you could smile and laugh with your whole heart. You helped your papa too by giving him the strength to keep going.
Me too.
I feel the same way as he did, Maria. If you're with me, I can weather any storm.
That's why.
This place is your home and always will be. Rest assured, my dear girl, we have plenty of days filled with smiles and laughter ahead of us.
It's all right.
You can come to me with anything. Things that make you happy or sad, or if you just want to talk about your papa, I'll always be here.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Mister.
Thank you so much, mister. I'm glad that I'm home. And I'm with my family.
Yeah. I can sense the deep trust that Maria has for me, as well as the heartfelt joy that she now feels. You don't gotta worry about anything, kiddo. Just be you.
It's okay.
Purpose. Increases post-battle experience. Ooh, speed cooking. Time will not elapse while cooking in the runner's kitchen. Really? That sounds really helpful, actually. I can now cook in the Gauntlet's runner's kitchen without passing time due to the effects of speed cooking. Heck yeah!
I'm glad I came to help. See you for help. Would you mind checking in on Maria from time to time to see how she's doing for me?
Of course.
Oh right, about that scary customer from before. He's only in a bad mood because he recently lost his job and he got into a row with his wife. He thought about what he said before he went home and he was sorry for yelling at you like that. Said he wanted to apologize to you himself, Maria.
I see.
Okay, I think I get it now. You have to say what you mean out loud or else no one will know. That means that there's more that I can do. Now, my little treasure, go and wash up. And before bed, how about you help me taste some new dishes?
Thank you.
Mister, thank you so much for everything today. See you later.
Good kid. I say goodbye to Maria and Fabienne and return to the group. I do like that Maria's bond is kind of just like an extension, like tangentially is also basically a Fabienne's bond, basically. Fabienne may not have her own bond, but she might as well be like Fabienne and Maria's bonds might as well be one bond that's only under Maria's name, I'd say.
All right then.
Anyways, we're going back to Royal Capital, and we're going back here, and we're going to do more debating.
I love it.
What do you think?
Also, getting more post-battle experience also sounds exceedingly helpful for farming.
Right.
Oh, I'm in the wrong spot.
All right then.
I don't know why I was thinking it was here. No, we need to go to Stairstone Market. I don't know why I was thinking we need to be here. I'm an idiot. No, we need to be here. I was about to say, something ain't right here. That's it. Hey, it's this one. It's the UGF candidate. Who looks more like a mouse than a bat, I would argue, with those ears. But I can definitely see the wings now, though.
I've had to create a kingdom where gauntlet runners are available to all. Lena Caden at your service.
Oh, yeah?
Some pretty wild campaign promises. Why don't you put your word against theirs in a debate? If you can make them see the future you're envisioning, I'm sure you'll win some favor. Easier said than done, but you can't pass up this chance.
If I enter the debate, my eloquence and imagination should increase. Let's do it.
Oh, you're that kid in that weird gauntlet runner. Of course I remember you. I'm not worried about losing some run-of-the-mill gauntlet runner, but yours really caught me off guard. I carry the name of my workshop on my shoulder, so I can't lose. Whether it's a debate or any other type of contest, you're on. When I become queen, I'll make sure everyone has a gauntlet runner. Not only would I make transportation safer, I'd create a bunch of ace jobs for everyone. Besides, isn't riding in a cool gauntlet runner something everybody dreams of? Game Workshop has a great selection of them.
Brilliant. I've always wanted to cruise about in a gauntlet runner. Her latest family is famous for their gauntlet runner workshop.
Lena seems to have a following among the dreamers. How should I appeal to them? Well, I'm going to challenge you, then. What are your policies regarding this?
Wait.
Runners won't solve the issues discrimination and poverty cause.
That's true. Tribal discrimination really pisses me off, like the draft fools who question my runner's performance just because I'm a UGF.
Isn't Lena agreeing with this argument? Leah probably just wants to sell gauntlet runners. We'll start in dreams too, but they're a bit more grounded than hers.
I don't think there's anything wrong with Lena here, but I just think that her, she's more of a salesperson.
Bugger, why is everyone taking your side?
Yeah.
I knew
You did great in the debate earlier. It seems like you even won over the other candidate. More importantly, you won over a lot of people. They even got you a little something to show their support. Money.
works for
Money. Doesn't feel like you improved your stuff. 4 and 1. Very nice. Return to others. We are already in 400s.
A new king draws nearer.
We are super close already. My goodness. It's kind of amazing, honestly.
All right then.
I hear a voice.
Perhaps the captain would lend me his strength.
Heisme. That sounds like... What a wonderful idea. Heisme.
Perhaps the captain would lend me his strength. Perhaps the captain would lend me his strength.
I can't really do a good Heisme voice. The voice of Heisme is beyond me, it feels like. I mean, I'm not going to be able to try and do every voice, but it just feels like his is beyond me.
It's you.
It's you. It's you. Once we get our more pressing goals out of the way, I won't be sure what to do with myself. I don't suppose I could ask your help for something. I know I'm imposing, but you remember we spoke about finding a spot to lay my son to rest? I happened across a nice place the other day.
Today's the 13th, right? Yeah, I just want to save the game first. Good.
It's you.
Let's do it.
My thanks.
So go then. The place I'd like to go is a cemetery on the outskirts of town.
Let's move it then.
Plenty of new graves, possibly victims of those dark doings at the castle. Perhaps my boy would find solace here, among many his own age. It seems they don't cremate their dead here. I don't want my son feeling out of place, being the only child here and singed pieces. Hard enough for a boy his age to fit in.
Shall we look somewhere else then?
That means.
Shall we look somewhere else then?
My thanks.
My thanks. I think we do well to check other options.
My apologies.
How about somewhere deeper in the forest? If you don't mind indulging me just a bit further.
Sure.
Seems a peaceful place at first glance, but it's not really so, is it?
No.
Pattering footsteps from beasts among the trees, a smell of animal waste. I can feel them eyeing us from the shadows too.
I think it's too dangerous. It might be too dangerous.
True.
I can't stand the thought of hungry beasts disturbing his grave.
We shouldn't.
I think it's still too early to make a decision. I'd like to look at other locations if you don't mind.
No problem.
Got it.
Okay, let's do it then.
My thanks.
I appreciate your understanding. You're certainly more patient than I was at your age.
The truth is.
All usually travel far and wide to find the perfect resting place. Some build an altar at home, some scatter the bones in the sea, some bury them beneath a great tree. All that said, most simply bury the bones in the village's communal cemetery. After all that contemplation, they come back to where they started. Those people used to irritate me to no end when I was younger. I loathed their indecision and looked down on them for it. But as I got in my years, I came to understand some things. It's not so easy to overcome the death of someone close. That's why, when you lose someone, you need time for that very hesitation. I've certainly found I do. Haste will not ease my woes.
Even so.
That being said, this isn't your concern. You've already done more than enough for me.
We can take our time.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. We'll give it as much time as you need.
Listen.
Are you certain? You truly are an oddball. Then, might we take the gauntlet runner again? This time I'd like to go see somewhere full of open space.
Sure. Let's go.
Maybe I'm just imagining things.
What's the matter?
What happened?
What is it?
No.
It looks just like a place my son loved.
My son.
I think it was around the time he finally started walking. Even when he stumbled and fell, he always leapt right back up, all smiles. Would chase bugs through the grass far taller than him, laughing even when he fell, bringing me flowers and pebbles clutched tight in his little fist. Even now, 'tis as he he might burst out of the grass at any moment, beaming and covered in birds. But I know 'tis just an empty fantasy.
Are you okay?
Everything okay?
Esme, are you alright?
Yes,
Yes.
my apologies.
Apologies. I didn't mean for you to see me like that, but yes. This could be a fine place for him to stay. The silence is peaceful. The wind is gentle. Feels a place wholly apart from the nightmare of our world. I'm sure my son would love it too. He always loved to run, with the wind in his face.
But
And yet...
Do you want to keep looking?
Hmm?
Do you want to keep looking for somewhere else?
not so.
No, that's not it. I just have one thing that's holding me back. That sweet smell on the wind. It reminds me of a faraway hill. The hill where my hometown lies.
You just remembered it.
What?
You're just now remembering about your hometown.
No.
It occurred to me, yes, but I've not visited even once since I left.
I sincerely doubt they'd welcome me back.
Oh,
The wind blows in my home. Freer than any I've ever known.
Why don't we visit?
Let's go.
Well, let's just go and see.
But... No, you're right. I can't let my flowering deprive my boy of his proper place.
I'm in your
Talking
debt.
this ground with you, I find myself determined to return home again. Feels like something I'd never have realized alone. I'm grateful our paths crossed.
I sense Heisme's extraordinary resolve and the depth of his gratitude.
He.
The aloof hermit Heisme, keeper and inheritor of these virtues.
No.
Through thy shared bond, a new heroic embodiment slumbering within thee has come to blossom.
A new
Bear this new power, foster this connection, and by their strength fulfill thy destiny.
Rank 3.
I must come
You
to
can now
this.
study the assassin. The assassin? What's the assassin look like? Oh, I already love it. And I can barely even see it.
Thank you for putting up with my indecisiveness, at least. Let's head to my village another day. Call upon me when you can spare the time.
Homeward.
For today, let's rejoin our comrades.
Sounds good. Back to Martyr Tavern. I want to look at that new class.
What now?
The Assassin. Oh! Yeah! It looks sick! Oh my god. Look at that blade! Pickpocket. Chance of getting an item each time an enemy is stunned or defeated in the overworld. Ooh, that seems really fun. I'm probably gonna have to get you. Lurking Nightblade, medium physical dark damage to one enemy, decreases their hit and evasion for 3 turns. Steal, Curse Chant, may inflict hex on all enemies. Assassinate, deal heavy physical dark damage to one enemy, may one-hit kill a target. Shadow Dwellers, increases evasion by 5%. Electric Dodge, increases evasion against electricity. And Elusive Dream, deals weak physical slash damage to one enemy 1 to 3 times, absorbs MP, and may one-hit kill a target. That sounds... What in the world is this? That sounds amazing. And he can almost get it, too. He just needs to get his thief level up. One more. Next up, there should be somebody here who we can prove our courage with. Apparently.
Pardon? Well met, eh?
I should probably save the game, though, first. You there.
You know what that platform over there is, mate? It's a mirror that shows you what you're made of. Times like these, you need courage when it counts. Only thing for it is to jump headlong in this canyon with a rope, of course. Free to take the challenge if you want, but you'd fare much better if you had some courage. I suppose there's no harm in trying. Take the plunge, you must first believe in yourself. You will return a braver man indeed. Come now, test the strength of your will.
The bill raised my courage.
Your fee is only 250 reeve. What do you say? Fancy a wee bit of danger? I'll take the plunge.
Good, good.
That's the spirit, but you think you'll have the spirit after coming eye to eye with the bomb of the valley?
Are we just going bungee jumping? let me get this straight. You're paying him to jump here. You know what? Sure. You survived number things in this. Good luck.
Alright, set your prayers. Well then, forward march. There's no backing out. Charge! Whee!
Oh, wait. That wasn't so bad.
Wow, impressive. You put on quite a show. So, here's a little something to making my day. Go on, take it.
Foreign coin? Jumping from such heights has certainly increased my courage.
All right.
4 points. Gallic and I discussed the test of courage as we made our way back to the others. 456.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
I wonder if things are going to happen to make us lose our affinities. Or our followers.
Apparently another victim was claimed by a monster in Mani's grotto. They went in looking for ores and were attacked. A true tragedy. One would not venture into such danger unless they felt the risk was absolutely necessary.
It was a reckless decision, but regardless, the outcome is one which I wish we could have prevented.
So, hey.
Right, I don't want anyone else to be hurt. We've accepted the request, so let's exterminate the threat as soon as we can. You know, there's something I haven't done yet that I said I wanted to do earlier since we got Moore's level up thing that allows us to see something. We're gonna hang out with Maria, but first, I want to see... I never checked to see what do followers give me, because we got Moore's thing that lets us see, like, future abilities. Scion skill for rank 4 increases inheritance slots for the mage lineage to 2. Face eye acuity. Face eye yields more detail while inside a dungeon. Mage veneration significantly reduces mag cost. Science merit 3. Essence 4. Elite elemental master and warlock. Victory foresight. During squad battles, you may gain extra turn icons. That's insane. What? Okay, that'll be awesome. For you, we get Science Merit 3, Battle Hypnosis. While in reserve, Stroll will gain experience at the normal rate, so that means no difference in experience gain, like that. Warrior Archetype Elite, now studies Samurai. Science Essence 4, Slayer of Humans. When Stroll attacks a human-type monster, critical rate greatly increases in Grand Fantasy. Stroll is ready to acquire a new heroic embodiment. Oh my goodness, don't tell me. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh my goodness, it is. They managed to do it. There's only one more slot for the Samurai here, right? Or whatever the next class is called. I think it's Samurai. But you want to know what that means? You want to know what that actually says? What that says is that each character probably has their own unique embodiment that the hero can get. You know, like their own unique. So they managed to do the unique thing that Persona series has, where each party member gets their own unique evolution. That's awesome. I honestly do love that. It makes each character more interesting, I feel. I love that. That gives me even more reason to want to do 100% because I want to see all these. Come on. Anyways, let's see at the other ones. Night Veneration reduces mag cost. Battle Aura. While in reserve, it increases amount of experience gained. 3. Normal rate. Paladin and Dark Knight. Science Essence. 4. High probability for Hulkenberg to defend the protagonist from an attack on his weakness. In Grand Fantasy. New heroic embodiment. Thief, 2, Thief lineage, amount, 3, amount, Ninja, 4, ambush damage against stun enemies, greatly increases high ambush damage against stun enemies, and Grand Fantasy. Bombardier, at the start battle on the Gauntlet Runner deck, enemies take damage. Ooh. Gunner Enlightenment, reduces mag cost. Sniper, Scion, lineage 2. At the start battle on the Gauntlet Runner deck, enemies take even more damage. Mag cost 3. Seedling Synergy increases the number of plants that can be harvested in the plant culture chamber. And Dragoon 4. Okay. Very nice. Veneration and cost 3. Post battle EXP. When cooking in the Gauntlet Runner's kitchen, an additional dish will be made. Savior. Healer lineage. Okay. Pugilist. Bounty bonus. Fattens the purse of bounty rewards at each stage recruitment center. Signs 2. Displays the location of items in unexplored areas of a dungeon. Veneration. Lineage 3. Reduces prices at each city's general store. Displays the location of treasure chests in unexplored areas. Katharina will support the party in certain dungeons. She is a force to be reckoned with. She just joins! Martial Artist 4. What do you mean she just supports the party? What do you mean? 4 cost 2 discounts at magic shops. Monetary reward for completing request. 3 mag allows purchase of rare items at magic shops. Unlocks analyze data for all enemies with certain exceptions. Ooh, I like that. Trickster 4. Enlightenment cost general 2. Improves defense when whole party is in the back row. Occasionally as one day ends and another begins, Barden will send a parcel. 3 escape arrows improves chance of escaping from squad battle. Mag cost halves turn icon cost of switching with a reserve member during squad battle. With certain exceptions, escape will always succeed during squad battles. Warlord and 4. Guild discount, receive a discount at weapon, armor, and igniter shops. Mag costs, mag exchange, further widens variety of items sold. One day ends and another begins, Brigade will send a crate with funds. Tycoon, merchant, seeker, mag cost, soul hacker. 4 increases archetype status bonuses by +3 when channeling it. Ooh. Okay, there are a lot of interesting things here. And I'm excited to see whatever we can get, like, max rank for, like, characters like Stroll. I want to get the max rank. I want to get... Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. In other news, let's go to Maria. Let us... Can you tell I always forget how to save the game?
Oh, hi, mister. I talked to Miss Fabian and I want to talk to Papa too. And I want to ask you something too. Actually, never mind. It's nothing.
Something else on your mind?
I want to go to the cathedral. Miss Fabian. She said that Papa was always watching over people. So I thought if Papa was watching over me too, then maybe I could talk to him if I went there.
What's the in-game day again? I just want to make sure. Let's go then.
Okay.
The guard at the entrance reluctantly let us in at Maria's pleading.
I wonder if Papa heard me.
What'd you ask him?
Hold on.
What'd you tell him?
I told him that I'm sorry. I thought Papa had abandoned me, but I was wrong. So I told him I was sorry. Miss Fabian said I could tell her anything, so I talked to her about the whole lot of things. I told her about Papa and how lonely I was after he was gone. She listened to me. I was wrong that whole time.
I'm sure he's happy. I'm sure your Papa is very happy for you.
Yup. Mister? Papa's job. Do you think I could do it too? Miss Fabian told me his job was to make sure everyone is okay. I loved when Papa made sure I was okay. When I cried, he'd give me a really big hug, and that always made me feel better. So I want to be like Papa. I want to make sure everyone else is okay too. Oh, but I don't know how to fight. Does that mean I can't do it then?
You can do other things. Instead of fighting, why don't you concentrate on making people feel happy?
That's really all I have to do.
Okay.
Then I'll do it. First, I'm going to make sure that Miss Fabian is okay.
Good kid.
I wonder what I can do to make her happy. What's something that Miss Fabian wants? She says she doesn't need anything like pretty clothes, so I was thinking flowers, and some snacks, and a new sign. She always says the sign got beaten up by the weather. If I make it look pretty again, do you think that will make her happy?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll do just that. I'll make her a new sign. This one will have Papa and Miss Fabian and me and you and all smiling together.
It's the whole family. The whole family's there.
Yeah, you'll be on there too, mister, because this is my home.
Thank you.
You know, always be family, okay?
Of course.
Cause mister, you're one of my treasures too.
And since Maria's deep affection and trust. Good kid. Rank 5.
I'm okay.
Significantly reduces mag cost.
Oh wait, do you know how to make a sign, mister? Don't forget it has to have pretty pictures on it, or...
I might know an artist.
If so,
Let's ask Eurus. He's quite good at drawing.
Huh?
is that the person who drew those pictures on your journey?
Yeah.
I want to come with you. I want to talk to Mr. Neurus.
Alright, alright.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Bye.
Okay, come back soon, mister. I can't wait.
Yeah. Hang on there, kiddo. I walked Maria home before returning to the group. Back to Martira Inn.
all right.
Let's go back to the royal capital and go to the Hashani Bien. Whee! Once again, we're going to be helping out with the cooking, but we have to make sure we save so we can get the right dialogue.
Yeah.
Help cook.
Mister?
Are you going to cook us something? I want to help.
Aw.
By the way,
After we're done with the veggies, we need to get started on the fish.
how do you make
We're going to make seafood bread wrap, but how are we supposed to make the fish?
Well, I would assume you wrap it all with bread.
Okay.
Wait. Oh. Smells fishy. Oops. Oops.
All right.
I didn't think that would mean we give him the bones and all.
Time marches on.
I didn't expect us to just...
The new king draws nearer.
Gosh dang it.
All right then.
Go back. Aw, dang it.
Yeah.
Mister?
Alright, let's try this again, Maria.
By the way,
Oh god, it's different.
how do you make this?
Oh wait, no it's not. Take off the fish skin first.
In that case,
Debone the fish.
Oh yeah, it'd be hard to eat with scales and bones, huh?
I feel confident that we handled that well. Let's serve as a customer.
They said it was tasty.
Customer loved it. It's all thanks to your help.
all right.
3 points. As it should be. I just now realized we have everything at rank 2. Alright, there we go. Now we're good.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Next, we're going to actually be going into a dungeon now.
All right then.
Hey, had to stretch there. Before we do, we are going to check inventory because we're going to Maneater Grotto.
Oh, I bear good tidings.
Many people go there. Alpha Rockworm, apparently several of them. If you slay one, they call for another immediately. So if you want to make an end of it, you'll have to defeat them all at the same time. They're weak to ice. They may be sturdy, but they're vulnerable to the cold. Other than that, there's also other critters like bugs and flower monsters. Careful with those since they'll try to paralyze you. Okay, so we have paralyzed gear. We do have paralyzed gear. So let's equip everybody with paralyzed prevention. Give you that. Give you that. Give you that.
And give you that.
Leave it to me.
You can trust in me.
Leave it to me.
And then it said they're weak to ice, but I think we'll be fine with what I've got for now. In terms of, like, setup stuff. I can put another skill in now for you. I'll give you shield arts. And I will be giving you thief, assassin once we can. Just want to make sure, looking at things. Alright, I think we are satisfied. Let me just make sure I save the game here, just in case. Alright, now we can go ahead. Oh. We can go to the Gauntlet Runner, and we're going to be going somewhere finally. We are going to...
Looks like everyone's here.
Where is it?
Now then.
How far do I run it then?
Ah, I see.
Not there. There! Man-eater's grog. Oh.
I think we have a favor to do there.
This is where that rockworm with the bounty on it lives. Sound like the locals are on dire straits.
Seems like this cave not only contains ores but jewels as well.
There's much to
But I do not forget our primary objective is the bounty. Ensure you remain focused on the task at hand.
It's your call.
We should get there by midday. Can we make it back by tonight?
But of course, so long as you don't dilly-dally, that is.
Let's get it.
Let's be off.
Then to settle. It would behoove us all to prepare ourselves even whilst on the road.
Get her moving!
They head to a cave said to consume all who enter. Does the dark, narrow path lead only to the innards of a monstrous insect? Perhaps.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? You're in for things to do. Hop on over to the lounge. I've fixed the plant culture chamber so you can go see if you got them.
Thanks to Nurse, you can now use the plant culture chamber in the lounge. Use the plant any seeds you have. Thanks to the magic of the Uniter, your crops will be ready for harvest the very next day. Ooh.
There's a lot of things that remain as they are.
Hulkenberg. Well, let's first off go check that planter. There's some seeds. Hero's fruit seed.
Hey,
It passes time! No! Absolutely not! Okay, check the cooking wait! Give me the pantry. I'll be taking this. Very nice. Now, let's try cooking some stuff. Eating prepared meals can grant your parties various bonus effects. Can ingredients, buy them, win them, try to create, experiment as much ball. After you've made every dish at least once, you may learn how to create the ultimate culinary masterpiece. I think I can cook without taking up much time. What we need to cook, apparently, I hope I can create... Yes, I can. Go cook benevolent bread, fragrant spice, mellow milk, and orgo sugar. White bread so soft it soothes the soul. Oh. All party members gradually recover HP while walking in dungeons for 60 seconds. I don't know how much I'm supposed to make, so I'm just gonna make one for now. No, I'm gonna make two.
Isn't that dish from Highsmith's home village? I'll go get him.
Now then.
I've heard tell you mean to cook with dough today. In that case, you're right to summon me. Dough is a most delicate ingredient, and those who lack experience often go foul of it. You're on luck today, lad, for I was raised in a grain belt, and our dough shall rise to my standards.
While Highsmith's lead and began kneading the flour into dough.
Allow me to demonstrate the proper technique, like this, and that.
Why do you idle? Come on, show me your conviction. I don't think I should be stepping on it, but
Don't lose focus.
there's no time to rest. Should we earn neither time or heat, all our efforts thus far will be for naught. Oh, maybe the fluffiest bread I've ever seen. I present to you the taste of my hometown with this benevolent bread. Prepare yourself, you are not ready. Yeah. Thanks to speed cooking, I cooked without time passing. And then, after that, let's spend time with Hulkenberg. Sounded like she wanted to talk about something.
Doesn't allow things to remain as they are.
We should talk. Save the game. Ugh, itchy.
Are you free?
What all we do today? Whatever the specifics, 'twould be prudent to use our time in improving our chances and building our strength.
Sorry.
I apologize, but I must ask that we save train for another time. Right now, I've some things I'd like to ponder alone.
If you need advice, I'm here.
If so,
Could you spare a moment for me, then? It's about Rodonth, the Knight Commander. My family found prominence through means beyond the wealth we lacked. Scholarship, mostly, with some having developed a taste for politics. I was the outlier. My single-minded pursuit of martial arts put me quite outside the sphere, and considering my temperament, they had no idea what to do with me.
yes.
My family offered me no meaning worth pursuing, so I volunteered for the Guard when I was still quite young. I thought that in the military I could blaze my own trail on strength alone, but well, such ideals were meaningless to the House Hulkenberg. Before I had the chance to improve my abilities, they had already made arrangements to assign me to the Knights, ensuring I would not disgrace the family name.
But
I was fortunate enough to meet Rodonth in the course of my training as a new recruit. He was born to a storied rogue household, but his house dissolved and he joined the military after its decline.
that's why.
We were alike in that way, seeking to rise by our own individual efforts regardless of familial background.
What changed him?
The truth is,
After our training concluded, Rodonth was openly being considered for an appointment to the Prince's Royal Guard. However, instead, it was I, still tender in years, who was ultimately selected.
Really?
Rodonth lacked for nothing as a knight. He and I were equals in all things, save that my family had put the right words in the right ears. He was a knight appointment to the Royal Guard. Instead, he was sent to the front lines alongside the common footmen of the state army. I'm sure he was frustrated. He made a name for himself and returned to the Order, but to see him rise to the rank of commander in such a short period of time.
You respect it? Are you trying to say you respect him?
no.
Rodonth's current behavior does not befit a knight commander, and it hardly bears saying that we cannot allow such abuse of power. Even if I am partly responsible for his attachment to power, nay, indeed, 'twould be all the more reason to intervene. But I cannot help but wonder whether it's even my place to judge him. Even as I sought to carve my own path, my knighthood only came at my family's behest, and after failing to protect my charge, I left the capital a wanderer. All these lofty words, what weight do they bear from one such as I? A knight errant and eroded, failed in her solemn duty. That's still a knight in my eyes. Knight errant is still a knight. You can speak as you please.
It's wrong.
I'm no knight worth the pride of the Order. Once upon a time, I thought myself righteous. I respected order, brought many a criminal to justice, and saw many a punishment meted out. Yet looking back now, I know it was just a matter of convenience. Away disguised the weakling I was. My knightly standing a replacement for the family I'd forsaken. Of course, in my time as a knight, I failed to protect the prince and abandoned my post to seek him out out with no more honor than a thief in the night. I fled my family, and I fled my knighthood. Rodonth, he sees this in me. Clarion clear. Who am I to claim any chivalry over him?
So you'll say nothing?
So then...
So you'll just stay silent? Overlook this?
No. I'm simply afraid. Afraid to face him. And afraid of facing who I once was.
Do you have friends, you know?
It'll be fine.
We'll all help you through this, no matter what.
You know,
It's the way of a broken sword, I suppose. Brute force would avail nothing, huh? But still.
I see.
Why, yes, that sword. Perhaps I'd lost sight of something very important indeed. But you've always been here there to remind me. I'm truly indebted to you, Will. Know that you have my sincerest thanks.
Hulkenberg seems like she's realized something. I sense a further deepening of our bond. Rank 5.
Tis finally time I settled this.
Mag cost and Wall Reserve, more experience.
Sorry.
If I may, I'd like some time alone with my thoughts. When I found my answers, let us speak here again.
Sounds good.
The party at last arrives in the village of Comero, a small farming settlement blessed by the mild climate. It gained a reputation as though welcome.
Yeah, yeah.
There's something here. We'll make a quick detour before we continue on.
Let's keep going.
Man-Eater's Grotto. How many weary travelers, traveling merchants, and treasure hunters have fallen prey to it? Behind its innocuous-looking entrance, untold monsters lie in
I can't hear you, sir. You're speaking in minimalist
the gauntlet runner
volume.
comes to a stop, the entrance beckoning its visitors invitingly. What lies in its depths? Treasure or death?
I can barely hear you, sir. Here we are.
All right.
This is Valmo's nest. At first glance, it looks like your average cape.
Most of the mines have run off, it seems. I guess it's all on us from here on.
Understood?
Mining for ore and gemstones is the town's principal industry. If nothing else, we have to clear these monsters out so that people can maintain their livelihoods.
Yes, and the town's taverns and shops depend on the miners' patronage as well. To leave the situation alone would be to see the town's economy slow to a halt.
Finish it, quick!
Okay, we'll wreck these worms, then. No, you know what? We'll eradicate them and their little larvae too.
Are you still upset about...
What's got into him? Is he not a tad overexcited for this task?
Is he still salty about the human worm?
I think they mention of almost sends his mind back to that dinner table. Come on, let's press on.
What did I miss? Heisman is like, what the hell did I miss?
Just a second, I sense something.
Huh?
This feeling, it's...
Is there something there?
So, hey,
It was only for a moment, but I thought I sensed what the relics Nearest was looking for. Make sure you don't miss any treasure chests, okay?
Sounds good. So we gotta look for one of those treasures.
What now?
Let's make sure we save the game here, and let's continue. All good.
okay then.
Explore the area.
Let's go. Hey,
Target's the rockworm Volmo. It's making a mess of the nearby mine.
Hey,
Alrighty, let's go. What in the world? And it's weak.
Such skill.
I was a little afraid at first, but I probably shouldn't be, I guess.
I knew I could count on you.
My fellow travelers, are you all prepared to deal with the paralysis? Ganga flows unleash a dangerous numbing pulling attack. Before you get hit and lose all feeling in your body, I'd recommend you burn the things with fire. Not too fond of that.
probably something movable.
We can drop down there. Ooh, hey.
If it's useful, I say grab it.
Are we like over leveled for this area? I'm not complaining if we are. I'm just interested if we are or not. See ya.
Nice work.
Hmm? Where does this take me?
I bet there's
Ooh,
I'm sensing something for that treasure chest.
I love it.
screwed up minerals. Common ore. There's an inexplicable screw in it. Found a strangely shaped pebble. There's mysterious light shining from inside.
Okay, so...
You know what? It could be the relic Nearest was talking about. Let's show it to Nearest anyway.
Gallica said the stone may be some kind of relic. I'll take it back and show it to Nearest. Okay, I was wondering, are you just gonna take me out of the dungeon like that? Oh, you!
You there. You make sure to fight higher-rank monsters. It's talking Tooth again. Any more good advice, Toothy? If you fight higher-rank enemies, you'll get lots of experience as a reward and you'll get super buff. But weak enemies ain't worth the trouble. You'll better get any experience and you'll stay wimpy and wobbly. The weaker your opponent, the less experience you get. Bullying you weak just shows how weak you are. If you want to get tough, you have to bite down and take on strong hiring monsters. If you don't, you'll be the rank 1 smelly. Yeah, I'll have more top secret truths if we meet again, like brush your teeth before you go to bed.
I love that Tooth has become a friend. I want him to join the team. Can I please have Tooth friend? Whoa.
That'll do it.
Here's fruit. Open says.
Nice. That's lovely.
Onyx.
Everything's pretty standard. Yep.
Alright, check there.
It's all clear.
Although I suppose I could jump down. This area kind of feels like a maze. Apparently there is a gold beetle. I still don't know what the purpose of the gold beetles. Are they just a collectible for the sake of collectibles? There's been nothing in the game so far that says like, hey, you should totally get these. It's just like, hey, look, collectible. But aside from that, it doesn't feel like there's any reason to get them.
Move something if we tried.
Is there anything up here? Yes, I know this is where I just was, but okay, we're going back down. I don't even think I could farm experience from this area that well. Up and downs and up and downs. This cave annoys me. It's okay. It'll be fine, my friend. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about the monsters, though. Only monster we probably gotta worry about is the actual boss monster who are here. But I get the feeling everything else is not gonna be an issue, per se. My livelihoods are at stake here.
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one else has claimed this bounty yet. That is a... Oh. Should I keep these...
Great find. Keep it.
Hi there.
Yeah, nice work.
Open.
Yeah.
Aquamarine. I don't even know if it's going to be worth it to keep these open. How much experience?
Great job.
I mean, it's not bad. Although what I don't like is the fact that it takes forever. No, screw it. No, we're not keeping you up. Just die. Yeah.
Exemplary.
They noticed us. On your guard.
Glad that's over.
If I need the experience that badly, then maybe that'd be different, but I think we're pretty good right now. Oh, there's a gold beetle. Open!
Good find.
Here's Leaf of Light. 1,000 experience. Nice. Looks like it just leads it back around. But this way.
All right. That was brilliant. Dad, come on. Let's push through.
Hey, good one.
Open.
All right.
Good find.
Amethyst. We're just getting a bajillion different types of gems here. There's still a spot down here I haven't explored that I want to see.
All right. How's that?
I can feel my power growing.
Do something.
Skill.
How did this happen?
Have you come to take on the Volmo? You best turn right around and warn you if you're good. I tried challenging them with my comrades, but weapons didn't do much, and it didn't matter how many requests, they just kept calling for more. Apparently, the entire finish that just have no effect. I don't know what type of magic would work.
They saw us! Come on! Your toes, everyone!
That's not half bad.
Treasure.
We found something.
Quartz maze. It's over this way. Grab that. Onyx. What?
Watch out!
Stronger presence side. Might be our target. Alright.
Yep.
Let's do it.
This place.
Let's do it. I don't know if we're actually ready, but we're doing it anyways.
What?
Huh? Looks like the Volmo was just here, but... Hang on. We got company.
We're waiting on the foot. Let's finish them now before we're really in for it.
Is this right?
We had better devise a plan of attack. They look quite sturdy to me. Then it's a good thing we didn't leave this to the miners and the pickaxes.
Get ready.
Time's up for careful inspection. Look alive, everyone.
Peril.
Alpha Rockworm Volmos.
They're weak to ice.
Weak to ice.
Face me! Some darker arts.
I shall fight. Are you prepared? Hack and slash.
Resist.
Magic Seeker.
I don't have ice, do I? I don't know why I forgot about ice.
This'll do.
You hit their weakness.
To the rear guard.
That's your opening, Captain.
Welp. That's unfortunate.
This one. Charging it. Oh, power of heroes.
Well, this is mighty unfortunate. I don't know if we exactly have to worry about dying. Well. Ah. Oh, but it missed somebody.
No holding back. Come forth, royal soul.
Okay, wind does decent damage on it.
So be careful.
Not now.
With blade in hand.
You now accept your fate.
And we have to kill them both at the same time. Fire! Fire!
Nothing.
I shall vanquish evil.
So be careful.
I'll cut you down.
Dang it.
Vitus power.
You're all the
We strive for.
Are you alright?
That helped.
Much thanks.
Heal up.
Helpful as ever.
Paralysis Fang. Can't paralyze me.
No.
I already parried a bit. You still got a crit off?
Nice
Dodge.
Captain.
Alright, everybody's evasion is back to normal.
Some darker arts.
Darker arts.
No holding back. You'll be dust.
Come forth, royal soul. Observe oh, power of heroes.
Very nice.
Rancor formidable indeed.
You missed.
Captain, they've slowed you down.
Are you prepared? Go for it. By this power. Win! Still here?
Heisme,
come!
They cut your speed. So be careful.
Daddy.
I knew you'd help.
My thanks. You a wise choice.
I don't know why I did that, to be honest with you.
I shall vanquish evil. Not done yet. Magic Seeker.
Give me an attack up. It's gonna be a bit risky here. Because apparently if I don't kill them all at once, then I have to redo an entire one, apparently. Okay, that's good. It's one down.
Oh, tougher than I thought.
Please kill.
Forth, royal soul.
Okay, we're good. Whew. Damascus helm.
This path has led to
Master to the thief. We can get the assassin now. Mudun. Agility by 2. It seems that by mastering a class, you also get increased stats permanently for a character. We took it down. Now we just need to report it.
Hail!
Wait. Well, what is the alpha rockworm eye? A rockworm Valmo indeed. Outside the paw you now hold, its whole body is tough enough to repel even blades. The Valmo we in Martira must have undergone quite the preparation.
Hey.
Could you not remind me of that, please?
What?
Homo cuisine. Hardly faulty even to imagine. You've all really had the pleasure, have you?
Correct. With one slight amendment. The only one finding any pleasure in it was Hulkenberg.
Now then.
Well, we have accomplished our mission. Shall we head straight back then?
No.
I like continue exploring. Stop eating. How often are you gonna try eating the walls?
What now?
What did I just want to check? Oh yeah, I wanted to level up. Heisme, you're gonna level up your to the assassin.
Fascinating. This, all right?
I'm counting on you.
Of course.
Here we go, Heisme. I hear voices.
A worthy heart, who tempers anxiety into strength greater still. If thou art prepared to embrace lawlessness and chivalry in equal margin, I shall bestow upon thee our soul, the soul of the thief.
The pinnacle, the assassin. A life in shadow inevitably leads here. We will struggle onward for the sake of a world where all may live in peace. The assassin.
I have retained my edge.
Yes. You can inherit Tarunda, admittedly, yeah. It looks so cool. Oh, I want to see the max rank looking enemy or allies. And of course, remember, there's still something else stronger than these for certain characters. Heisme has his own version of the thief that he unlocks. Friggin' Stroll will unlock his variant of the warrior. And Hulkenberg will unlock her variant of the knight. And they're probably going to be broken beyond belief, and I hope they are. Also, what color is Heisme's heart is faint red? Yours is pure red. Yours is yellow, and mine is silver. Roy G. Biv hearts. Sorry. Yeah, I'll keep you with the assassin for now. I mean, we're gonna have to make our way through this place to get the treasures and all that. I just want to make sure we got the archetype stuff. It looks so cool! I'm sorry. You think Galka will ever be able to have her stuff changed? How followers are we missing, by the way? 1, 2, 3. Just 3. And considering, I think these 3 are probably party members, I would assume. So there really aren't a whole lot of followers in this game, as like compared to the series, to some like Persona. The Persona series, each game has a lot of social links in the Persona series because there's one for every Arcana. But this one doesn't have to do that. And not to mention, it's not yet rank 10. Unlike the Persona series, you don't go to rank 10 with these guys. You go to rank 8 for max. Interesting. I can't wait to see who the other 3 characters are. We're probably going to get other people of the other tribes, right? We have of Klimar, we have a Rusant, and we have a Ujif, which would leave which was that? What would that leave? That leaves. We also have Elda for our character, but that would leave Nydia, Peripus, Ishkia, Rogue, and Mastari. But of course, that wouldn't really work because there's not that many slots. What? Okay. There may be a class that we just don't, or may be a type of race that we just don't end up getting, I guess. Anyways, get up off the ground.
I knew you could do it.
Let's figure out where all the chests are, shall we? And then we'll get on out of here. You okay?
Let's take them all out. Forward.
Phantom Tracer. I want to see it. Wait, I've already seen this. Wow, that works. That was easy.
And that's that.
Very nice.
Satisfactory.
Very nice. Anyways.
This battle's ours. Let's go.
Wind should solve this. Let's
Wind. All right.
Lurking Night Blade.
Oh my.
Swordmaster, are you prepared?
Skullcracker.
Magic Seeker.
Cyclo.
Magic Knight. Pierce through them.
Easy.
Okay, I don't think there's any more backup coming.
Spirit do.
Moving.
That'll do.
That'll do. Surprisingly, a lot easier than I was honestly expecting. Where does this go? Oh, hey. Let's open that. Easy way around. But more importantly, what do we have?
You're so lucky.
Turquoise. I'm unironically gonna probably end this dungeon by getting literally every single type of gem, aren't I? At this rate, for some reason, I'm not exactly upset by that realization. It took me all the way back to the entrance. I'm not done here yet. There's still chests I haven't grabbed.
Impressive.
Go back this way.
That was well done.
Thank you. Because we haven't gotten every chest yet, have we? Wait, maybe we have. Hang on. Wait. No, we haven't. I am missing a chest. There's still one closed. Let's see. I see a potential spot. We just go this way. Besides, doing this is also going to give us a chance to check something that I'm curious to see how it looks, if it has any special effects. But first, let's go up over here, up this way, just back here.
Our immediate vicinity is secure. We should be safe.
Never got this. Open up.
Nice.
Our risk pays off.
Energy Incense, max MP by 2. Very nice. I'm probably just going to give all those, like, stat up things to the main character. Because why not? Alright, is that all the treasure? As far as the map shows, yeah. It doesn't look like there's any other paths I can go to. Alright, in that case, it's time to also try using something else that we've never used before. The Ariadne's Thread.
Gallica.
Leave it to me.
Well, it has a more unique look than I was expecting. Okie dokie. So I think... Hey. Sorry, I'm thinking of something. It is currently how many days?
What now?
Last day in Martira. Day of the Hero. This game's not that long, is it? Well, okay, hang on. Maybe I said that wrong. This game is... It's not as long as Persona, I don't think. The Persona games, I don't think. Because here's the thing. How many months do you usually play in the Persona games? Like, you usually start, like, let's say, March or April? March, April, maybe May? But this game is only going over the course of like 4 months, it seems. Just seems a lot shorter. I don't think that's a bad thing, I just think it's interesting. Anyways, am I okay to continue on? I would say Yeah. I'm probably not going to want to farm experience here anyways, because the enemies here are far too weak. The only thing that might be worth experience farming is that lion thing, but even then I feel like we'll get better opportunities in the future anyways, so might as well not bother with it. You know what, another reason why it's probably feels shorter, or at least the amount of time you have in this game is shorter, it's probably because they try and condense it more.
Hey.
Let's return to town.
Okay then.
Let's leave.
Right?
Whee! Back to Martira Tavern.
The farmers no more, thanks to us. All that is left now is to report in at the recruitment center. To be a first-rate source of protein, to be a first-rate source of protein, if not for its aggression. Nevertheless, the locals should be pleased that we put an end to it. Can we please fight just one monster that she won't try to eat? Well, let's go give her a report on that bounty when we have the time.
The deadline is...
The road was blocked by the landslide. The road that was blocked by the landslide should be cleared soon. We've got the head we were after, but I'm sure we can do more good around here in the meantime. Yeah, to most people we're still band of nobodies. Maybe we should visit more and see if we can get strong enough to make a name for ourselves. I thought myself utterly exhausted, but this meal is delectable. I shall sleep well after such a feast. I'd say we earned a rest today. Good job.
Relaxed.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Right.
We depart tomorrow. So this is our last free day for a bit.
What now?
Yeah, the reason why this game probably feels short is, again, they don't use as much time to... They don't have as much, like, spaced out time in between. And again, they don't have as many bonds, so you can just squeeze everything tighter. I'm starting to wonder, do you think they'll make Metaphor and ReFantazio its own series? A part of me kind of hopes they do, considering the quality of this so far. The quality of this so far is absolutely immaculate. And I would love to see more of it. I would more than easily become a fan of this series. But for now, what I think we will instead do is go ahead and end it here for today. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and hope to see you all later. Peace. I can't move the mouse.